I've already lost the page. Hang on. There we go.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Welcome to Mobile Suit Gundam Onyx Squadron, Episode 2. How are we guys doing?
Feeling good.
Feeling good.
I'm feeling
Heyo,
good.
Luke. I've been sitting in for once. It's been forever. That's great to see.
I'm feeling spicy.
Yeah.
I've been feeling spicy. Let me put Civ's microphone up a little bit because of the quality.
I'm sorry, I'm
No.
away.
No apologies. It's happened. I'm happy that you're here, less alone than just not even bothering being here as well, which is nice.
I mean, if you want, I could turn on the mic bar on my laptop.
That you're good.
No, that'd be bad. That'd be real bad.
Okay. For quality purposes, Messi, what happened? Well, actually, because you kind of took over from the last one. What happened last session? Just so we can get back into.
So last session we got introduced to everyone. We got
Hang on one second. One second. You're a little bit quiet.
Yep.
There you go.
We found out that we've been training in this base on this colony for like 4 years. We got stationed to take care of a ship that we don't know what it was here for really. Then we got ambushed, like real big ambushed. I had discovered that the tornado was under a canvas, so I jumped in there and we fought for a while.
Yeah.
We died.
It was a good time. I killed my best friend, you know.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was good. Mm-hmm.
And then we got saved by some people that we jumped onto their ship, and then we're gonna learn a little bit more about them.
I mean, you got saved. I think I was gonna be fine.
You okay there, buddy? Do you want to talk about this?
I had 2 lightsabers. Leave me alone.
Right, one second. I'm just moving things around because I've got a couple of pages up. It's getting on my nose now.
Alright.
Also, biggest thing that happened last session, the huge bait and switch as to who the NPC is, and you can see him on the screen, bottom right-hand corner.
Len Deon. That you all thought was the bad guy.
Fucking Dio.
Dijon.
Alright. I'm gonna roll a d20 for my luck for this session.
Go for it.
Oh yeah.
Go on. All do your D20 lucks. Better.
Oh. Okay.
In typical cat fashion.
Oh,
Oh boy.
and even boys. Okay.
Oh my.
Okay.
Looks like we gotta get carried by the cyborg.
So,
Hey.
just to bring in exactly as you said from before, you guys have just been ambushed by what you know 100% in your mind and from what people have told you to be the Citadel Confederacy. The Citadel were, at least as far as once again you guys have been told, we're here for the tornado, some other things, and there was a ship there obviously that you guys were looking after that I just buggered that up, didn't I? 1 second. I was trying to fiddle it and move it up to the right spot, but it wasn't right. Where 1 second, guys. Oh, come on, you're so close. There you go. There you go. There we go.
What is he trying? What is he doing? Is he moving tokens or something?
No, I was moving the window because the window had like messed itself up because I moved the wrong window. There we go. Brilliant. One second. It is a Gundam song.
Oh. It is. Oh.
They'd ambushed, attacked you, tried to take something that was of military, of military standard, and escaped on top of a ship that you guys didn't really know of. You didn't know what the class of the carrier was or anything like that. When the Nailog armor came in and sort of protected you guys, they moved out of the way of the ship. They weren't going to do a cruiser on cruiser battle in the middle of a space colony that had already been ravaged by, people trying to take what they wanted. As you guys are kind of getting up onto the Argama, which is now lowered down low enough for most of the like lower end canopies to break open, so you guys can walk in with non-flight type mobile suits. You can just hear like there's still explosions going off, and there's still things popping in the distance, and sort of the long call of yells in the background.
It's still very much an active battlefield.
Absolutely, but what you can hear is like the decimation and the slow decline of everything that's happened from beforehand. Yeah, so it seems like
dying down.
That's it. There's still some Citadel sort of personnel around and still actively trying to do things.
Yeah, it's probably people actively trying to escape. If not, they've been
That's it.
already and are fighting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, main point of action there was that you brought in a ground type Gundam and a gun tank, as well as the Tornado, as you guys were going inside to the into the Argama's hangar, which I will. Go on.
I feel like the Argama has so much better equipment than this shit.
Well, as you're bringing it in, you do see some people kind of staring at the military, what you would now call by age, the military training equipment. And they're just kind of like, okay. Even to one point, what, your mobile suits? Yeah, you'd still be in your suits bringing them in, yeah. So like,
in my defense, I killed 2 boys with this suit.
Yeah, you did good with him, don't get me wrong. Absolutely. But you'll see a couple of people in the hangar, that some mechanics that are looking at it, looking back and just being like, up at the back, put it in the back, like trying to push it as far away in through the hangar as they can. I'm actually going to snag 1, 2, 3, copy. We're actually going to move you into the hangar.
Oh fuck yeah!
Hangar. I will cover my birds in a second.
Zoom out a little bit.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about the ping.
Miko.
Don't worry about the
my
ping,
God.
this one.
This is awfully zoomed out. Oh, it's just big, sorry. Oh, God. Come on, D20, stop. It's doing that stupid, like, snapping when I'm trying to scroll. They got some cool looking fucking mobile suits, huh? Look good.
So much better than we got.
I was gonna get it into a position and like Slav squat the Tornado.
Yeah, so you're gonna follow what they've got and sort of follow the mechanics and move yourself down into just a space that's spare.
I was gonna say Messi's gonna get a good spot. I'm gonna get the warrior house corner.
Yeah, and for you literally, they just tell you to back up, and you just kind of move into the
into the janitor's corner.
Into the effective janitor's closet.
Yeah, so you're just kind of moved into these spots.
Hide it behind a gun tank.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll use this first.
Well, yeah, well, they'd probably use a mass-produced gun tank for like long-range support before they'd ever use a GM trainer. But it's there. Bag up, keep it going. Closes the door. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, as you guys are going in, you see the big white mobile suit that saved the Tornado has already turned into like a transform mode into a wave rider form, as you know, as is just the form they give it to, and hang it up next to where the Tornado was put as well.
Wait, this thing?
Yes.
Oh.
That was the Delta Chi that kind of came up for you. Yeah.
It dropped the suit form.
Yeah, so it's just transformed out and just there. And there's obviously a few mechanics around it, just putting things together and making sure everything's all fine and that the commander inside is fine. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna hop out.
Yeah, I guess we'll just get out of the hunk of junk too.
1 second. So to make it more, what they would have done in point and action would be like, you would have had like one of those little, those little things that kind of like, oh, there was no one I wanted to click,
Where are we looking?
and it swings out.
Oh, he's moved. Oh, those move. That's
then-
cool.
It moves, but it's only because I'm moving it. That's all it is.
I know that's cool.
Okay, and like the hatch, like a support strut swings around to where you are, and you see a couple of mechanics on it with a couple of cables and a couple of boxes, and your hatch, the hatch of your tornado, just opens up, and the screen, you just see all of the what you would call like the LCD squares of the screen just like all turn off around the 360 cockpit that you have, and you hop out. I need to move that back down a little bit. There we go. You hop out. The mechanics don't really say anything to you. They move in to inspect the interior of the tornado like straight away.
The new toy.
Most of them are looking at it kind of
lean her back against the bar, like the guard bar on the catwalk, and just like take in the damage of the wing.
Yeah, so yeah. You can see that the wing part of the the right binder is kind of buckled and bowed on itself, and there's a little bit of smoke coming out of it still as you speak. It's not crazy bad. It's just this is going to cause any problems in sort of ground flight type sort of combat. For the gun tank and the ground type, you guys would just jump out. Deon would already have the hatch open. He'd kind of put his hand on like the lip of the cockpit, leaned out of it, and put his hand up for Ashe to hold onto it to then clamber down as well, so they can both kind of help themselves down the clunking mess of a tank. Yeah.
I do have a question.
Go for it.
My harm, it's
Papa
at
bless.
2 ticks. How bad would that be? Like,
if you're not unstable, it doesn't affect you a lot. It would
Yeah.
be like you're
Like a
Like
slight concussion and some cuts. Yeah.
okay.
Like
You're
the
not
most
dying.
minor of concussions. Like you're dizzy and
Okay.
headachy more than anything else. Yeah. When you banked
You need a
around.
good
Yeah.
Sleep and
Oh.
some ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you can have cuts, but the cuts wouldn't be, they'd just be a
Scarring.
cut. Yeah, like how obviously Fred has. It's just a little cut, and I didn't fucking change the color of that the names over the pictures, and I don't like them. I'll do that later. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, it's later. It's fine. So, yeah, he helps you clamber down. You both clamber down. And once again, there's just a couple of mechanics looking up to it. But they kind of just go, sort of turn around and move a couple of boxes in front of it just to keep it, just like sort of like emergency sort of set up equipment just in case they need to grab anything later on. Same with the... Just do that now. Just like, there you go. The same with the GM ground type. They're not going to use it for anything right now. They just kind of let you be there. What are you doing, Freddy?
Yeah, obviously just kind of getting out of the ground tank, and just assessing kind of what just happened and where we are, like looking around.
You can
gonna grab both sides of the ladder, just slide down, as you do when you're an army person, and she's gonna run up to
Really?
I don't know, man. She's gonna run up to up this way, just to meet the guys.
Yeah. As you're sort of running towards that way, you do hear sort of someone calling out for you from the right hand side.
She slows down and she turns.
Yeah, and you see in the the underslung part of the the underbelly of the Delta Chi is where the cockpit hatch opens. So it's not it's not like a plane, but the front part of the chest of the mobile suit is actually on the bottom part of the Wave Rider mode. So it kind of opens out, and you can see the The chair kind of comes out on like a pivoted, like a piston style sort of expanded pole is what I was trying to say. And you just see a guy in like a full normal suit with his helmet on. And he gets out and walks towards you. 1 second. Kat, why don't you talk to Fred quickly? Wants to grab something.
Okay, after I've gotten Deon's help getting out of the tank, I'll look over. Ashe looks over to Fred and she's just, you doing all right?
I just got through killing the only person I called friend in the past 5 years. How do you think I'm doing?
Not too hot. I understand. I went to... I didn't kill my friend, but I found his body.
Yeah? Well, tell you what, kid. I'll find a bottle of booze somewhere on this boat. We'll split it later.
Yeah. That sounds good. I think we all need a break after that.
Something tells me we're not going to be getting a lot of breaks. We should cherish the time we get.
Live in the moment.
Jesus, dude.
Goof, man, picks a wicked deep vape.
Oh, that's rough, dude. That's wicked heavy, man.
So, Fred kind of reaches down into his waist, and he's got a pack of smokes tucked in there, and he just promptly lights one that's kind of bent up as it is in anime style.
Yeah, the kind of broken in 2 places sort of thing, yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so this guy in this normal suit gets up from the Delta. And
While he's getting out, Nova goes, "Hey, nice fighting out there."
He doesn't really say anything as he's walking towards you. The reflection of the the reflection of the mask, the visor just sort of reflects you back in kind of a wide sort of like a fish, like fish lens sort of style. And you just sort of hear him say, "Yeah, I'd like to say the same to you, but you're using a mobile suit that's kind of, classified."
Could have told me that before I found it under a big tarp.
Yeah, that's not a bad point. And he kind of puts his hands behind like the lips of the helmet, and you can just hear it go like that, and releases the pressure in the ceiling of it. And he pulls his mask off, and you see this stubbled, not old but older guy with darker brown hair than Fred, but he's got very close cut sides, quite like Deon, which are darker than the darker part of the top of his hair as well. He also has the sort of like silver fox lines through it as well. He's got lots, like I say, he's got a lot of stubble in comparison to, once again, even like Fred. And he has a scar that goes very classic weeby style over one eye and kind of lips down to the corner of his lip as well. That eye seems to be not closed, but it seems to be less open than the other. Like he might have lost some nerves in it that keeps it as open as much as the normal eye that you see on the right hand side. Yeah. And you just see him look at you. He kind of gives you a glance over. He sees that you're wearing the classic training sort of overalls and get up. And he puts his hand out towards you. He just goes, "Commander Corsair."
Nova shakes his hand and she says, "Nova LeBlanc, nice to meet you."
"Yeah, nice to meet you too. Where are the other two?"
Up in the upper area. Let me take you. I was actually going there.
He kind of nods and follows you, but in classic anime style, as you two start walking, he stops and turns to look at the tornado for a brief second. There's kind of pans from him and pans to the Gundam, and then he turns around and starts following you guys again. You three, as you're all clambering down and walking around the boxes that the mechanics are kind of pushing in your way and kind of covering up the mess there, you just see
the mess.
the mess, yeah, because your mobile suit was kind of scuffed and buffed as well. So, and the gun tank's pretty pristine, to be honest. The gun tank was only ever used for like dummy rounds and like support and stuff, so it's actually not a bad
Dummy
condition.
thick rounds.
Yeah, the dummy thick ones. It also, I can't remember if that's a space. I don't think that's no, it's mass produced. So that is also a ground type use suit. So yeah, have fun with that. I think only the original, the prototype version, could go in space. Anyway, yeah, you see these two come around the corner towards you. Yeah.
Nova comes around the corner, kind of like jogging, and she says, "Did you see that? Was that amazing or what?" She's like, kind of like hopping, and she says, "I can't believe I piloted that thing! Ah!"
You did good out there. Can't say I could have done as good a job as you did. However, that was a pretty good looking face plant.
Look, look. Let's forget about that part, okay?
Well, from
See me
what I
fly
saw,
over the ship? Oh my god, it was so exciting!
you really saved my skin there.
I hope I did. Are you okay? Did you get scuffed up?
A bit. I should be fine though.
Good. This
Who's
is
this guy?
Commander Corsair. He kind of saved us, I guess.
I'm gonna snap a quick salute and go, "Sir."
That's good. That's actually good
like
considering.
red. Salute as well.
Kind of like realizing like, oh shit, this is an officer. Like,
Yeah, he kind of salutes back to you and sort of just goes, "At ease. How you guys doing?"
banged up, but we're all right, sir.
I think Fred
Okay.
took the brunt of it, to be honest.
Well,
The-
I mean, someone has to block a rocket for you, don't I? You know.
Yeah, I was going to say, Battle Report made it out that you went through a few mobile suits before you got here. He's kind of like holding a
Well-
data pad as he says that.
I figure someone should have used her mobile suit since she got in the one under the tarp.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
She like just realizes.
But don't worry about it.
Well,
We got more
Sure.
pressing matters right now. Yes?
fairly certain we would have had a lot more casualties if she hadn't done that.
This is exactly why I'm not reprimanding her right now, absolutely.
Good.
Nova like kind of turns a little bit, and you see her fist pump slightly. Slightly.
Kind of like a yes.
Yep.
Anyway, this isn't over. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Figured.
Figured as soon as we got on the ship,
Well,
we'd be with you for whatever comes.
looks like there'll be a long war ahead of us, but we still have civilians down on this colony. You understand that, right?
I need help.
Absolutely. If you guys will follow me. And
Yes, sir.
He kind of turns around and just starts walking with the data pad in his hand.
I'm gonna
As
step into the line and say, so we could consider this an honorary graduation?
you can consider yourself privates instead of cadets. That's correct. Your mobile suits are there applied as you can see them. The Kais. The Delta Pluses, sorry. And he kind of points at the 4 blue mobile suits that are in the canopies.
The red and the green one.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, Private Oli.
Yes, sir.
And he kind of points to the furthest away mobile suit. And he goes, "That's yours. That'll be..."
The green one?
I'm just going to send you... No. This one here.
Oh, okay.
1 second. I'm just getting up my dossiers that I can send to you.
Ooh, spicy.
What was that?
Ash runs ahead to look at her Gundam.
The ooh.
Ooh. 1 second. What should you see? I haven't actually finished these. Did I not? I'm an idiot, aren't I?
That's fine.
Yeah, right, man. You're right.
Okay, so yeah, yours is the Liesel sniper. He just sort of says, "This is a long-range mobile suit. I don't want to see you up in front of the pack when we're fighting. You got that?"
Understood.
Excellent. I'm just picking these all up. Sorry, I'm going to get these up soon. In fact, what I'll do quickly is whilst we're doing this, I'll. Which one of these is the? Leave that there for a second. That is not the one. That is not the right one. That one. There we go. I'll send them to you later on anyway. I just need to remember which is which for you guys as well. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Actually, I can save these right now as PNGs, which makes it nice easier.
Punk.
How'd you say your last name again, Fred? Just so I remember.
Beaumont.
Beaumont, yeah, okay. Private Beaumont.
Yes, sir.
That one on the far left, that's yours. That's the Riesel CA. And he points once again to...
That one.
1 second, my screens are all fucky ducky. Yeah, that one there. The one with the big ass chunky backpacks on them.
Okay.
Hell
1 second. There we go. Yeah, that one there.
Alright. Sir, if I could make a request.
He stops and kind of slowly turns around to look at you.
There's a beam sword on the ground unit that I walked in with. I'd like to keep it.
He kind of looks at you, looks back at the ground type, which kind of moves a little bit because the pistons don't lock as like they're supposed to all the time anymore. And he's just like, the universal, we can apply it. It doesn't make a difference. Just make sure it's not busted.
It works, sir. I've seen it firsthand.
All right. Right, let me just... I'm just going to send these into Gunpla Club because these are all kind of universal as well.
Okay.
So we got that one there for Cat. That one there for Civ. And then I just got to fix up the last one because the other one's for me, so that makes no difference. Should have done this earlier, but never mind. Doesn't make a difference. Nothing there for you.
Speedbox out of stress.
Jendon kind of stops and kind of turns to look at Nova and just goes, "Private."
Yes, sir.
He kind of looks down at his data pad and then looks back up to you and points to his right to where is my like to this one here. He goes, "This one will be yours." It's the commander backpack.
Thank you very much.
This is more speed, and that's what it looked like you were doing out there, so we figured that that'd be the one that you want to take.
I am very grateful, sir. And she bows really flourishingly.
So good. Because you won't be touching that tornado until we're fixed up with it. You got it?
But I will be touching it.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Deon. And he kind of looks to him, and Deon kind of looks to him. He's like... slowly sort of points to the remainder of the deltas. And Deon's just like, "Sir, if I could..." He's like... tilts his head, and he walks up to him, and he just... from his breast, from the sort of the breast pocket of his shirt, he kind of pulls out a little I forgot the word. Like a card of sorts.
Badge.
And he just kind of shows it. No, it's not really a badge either. He kind of shows it to the commander, and the commander looks at it, raises his brow and kind of looks back to him. He goes, "All right, but the Delta's still yours. If that's what you want to use." He's like, "Sure, that's fine. All right. If you four could come with me," and he turns around and starts walking through the, like, straight past all these mobile suits that you've just seen. Deon kind of puts the card back into his breast sort of pocket and keeps walking with you guys.
I'm just gonna lean over to Dion and be like, "What's that about?"
He doesn't really say anything. He does kind of lean back and look at you guys. And then, I need to do the notes. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'll do that later. He does kind of pull the card back out and kind of flexes it, bends it around so you can kind of see it. The only thing you can see on it is 2 big capital I and N. And he just slides it back into his pocket and just keeps walking.
Nova's gonna like squint her eyes a little bit. She doesn't say anything.
Okay. Let's move you guys to... Where do I want to go? What?
This guy's paths. I've written so many story paths. Let's go.
Oh, 1 second. Hang on.
God.
She's a freak, isn't she?
What?
You're a freak. I'm just letting you know you're a freak.
Getting in
Super
character.
freak! Super freak! She's super freaky.
Just said it. Just straight up just said it. Wow.
Okay, we're going to move you. So you guys get into like one of the elevators. The elevator just closes, like, and it's just very quiet. In the small space of time that you guys are going up the elevator, you just hear Corsair kind of coughs a couple of times, looks over his shoulder, and he's like, "You think you guys can explain everything that happened down there again?"
I don't see why not.
Well, I only got, I think, about half of it, but yeah, why not?
Same.
I'm sure
Okay.
with all of our stories put together, we'll figure something out.
All right. As he goes to talk again, the elevator opens, and you can see a lot of people are sort of like moving through the hallways in front of you. They're all running towards like one specific room, and that one specific room is where you guys will walk as well. The commander is in front of you as well as you're doing that. And we go there.
Look at us.
The sprites.
Look at us.
So you guys are like escorted in very quickly into a briefing room.
Thank God
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can what, sorry?
I can zoom in so it doesn't clip around. Anyway.
And you all kind of like, depending on how these are layered, it's looking good, it's looking promising. No!
No.
There we go. There we go. I'm just going to use template tokens for the time being,
Yeah, it's fine.
just so I've got an idea of where people are standing.
Defaults, let's go.
Yeah, I got some
If
defaults
you
down there.
wanted, you could even use like some random. Yeah, I was gonna say my hero shit.
Just assume that
Mhm.
that's the commander that you were with at the time, and then obviously you've got a lot of people sat down in these. A lot of people are sat down in these chairs, all just sort of staring at you. Some people are leaning, some people have got their feet up on the desk at the front, other people are kind of conversing and talking, other people are like stood around the back as well. Lots of age differences. Give me 1 second, I'm getting bored of this song, I want to find another one. Let's see. No. 1 second. I think this is the one that we used last session, but we'll see. No, it's a different version.
Yeah.
It is a different version, don't worry. We're good.
I
Okay, so everyone's kind of like talking and muttering and saying a couple of things to themselves. Nothing's loud enough for you to really pick up on anything, unless you guys really strained yourselves, yeah?
Nova's gonna
Which-
give a little
I was
cheeky
gonna-
wave to the crowd.
Which, by the way, you guys are allowed to, remember, because you can do investigations and stuff. You have every rights to, like, do those sorts of roles, but don't worry about it for now. Are we doing good, Cat? We good? We okay?
can I let my dogs out really quick?
Do it. I just got to quickly grab
Okay.
something whilst you do, so that's fine.
Are you
Just gotta
saying
scroll
like
up.
we can do an investigation and like gauge what their kind of body language is or things like that?
That was not what I wanted to pick up.
Dogs are released.
There's not really much we can roll to like feel out a crowd, to be honest.
Well, we could see like their kind of tone. Like, is it tense? Like, is it more relaxed? Like, what is the general like look of these
Well, most
guys?
of them are kind of like in preparation to obviously do something, but some people seem relaxed because they are just a relaxed kind of person. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Mm.
So nothing's like. There it is. There's not like people are calm because they're calm. It's just people are calm because that's how they always are. Sort of calm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, one
Gotcha.
second. So I'm still getting used to this. Yeah, okay, cool. When you wave to the crowd, no one really waves back. No one really sort of says anything. You do actually, one thing you do notice is actually there's a couple of civilians here as well. A couple of people in civilian outfits at least. And they're sort of sat there with a couple of scuffs and bruises just looking over the crowd as well. But they're in the crowd. There's a big screen behind you as well, and there's a little podium on the right. Deon turns to Fred to say something, but as he does, the door opens up with like a shunk. And Jendon's just like, "Captain on deck," and everyone kind of stands up. Yeah.
I'm gonna attention salute.
I'm paying it attention.
And yeah, so Deon does as well. Everyone does. Most of the people are standing up. There are a couple of people that are still sat down saluting as well, like the kind of the lazy, cocky kids of the ship and stuff like that. What you see come through that door is just not an old man, but a much older man than most of the people that are in the ship right now. He's got greyed hair. He's got a beard. The beard's very Admiral-esque style. It's not big and bushy. It's very neat and tidy and cut close to his face. He's wearing a big black coat and a big, looks like an admiral's or captain's sort of hat. This is all Earth Federation military style standards, but he does wear like a big military, but a big leathery kind of his own sort of want coat over everything else as he walks in. As he walks in, besides him, there's a younger girl who's got sort of pinkish red hair. She's wearing military getup as well. She has a headset on one of her ears. Her hair's kind of pulled back a little bit, but it's still kind of like a bob shape. She's holding a lot of data pads, and she has quite a few medals on her, like sort of her breast as well. So quite a lot of medals on her as well. And they kind of just walk by, and they don't really say anything to you guys as they go up to the podium. And just after a while, you just start kind of hear him lean forward, and he's just like, "Be seated." And everyone kind of sits down and relaxes a little bit more. The girl next to him kind of looks for a few data pads and passes one over to him. And he's like, "Okay. The attack on the Delta Protocol we will now speak of." And he turns to look at you guys. And everyone's kind of quiet and looking at you guys.
Nova like glances over to the rest of the group and she says, "Where would you like us to start, sir?"
beginning, please, if can.
All right. Well, we were given a standard position to take care of a ship that was docking at our base. We got attacked out of nowhere. Deon seemed to be in contact with somebody who might have known. She peers over at Deon for a second. And then she says, from my perspective, there were 3 groups at first. Pretty much exploded into the colony from outside. They came up from under the ground. They they attacked pretty quickly, so I took the tornado. It seems as though they were there for the tornado itself.
That's when people start muttering when you say about the tornado. Some of the people in the crowd are like, so it's true? The tornado's here? It's like, shut up, man. What's going on? I can't believe it. Did they actually get this mobile suit here? I'm sure that's a Gundam frame, is it not? And then like, please, be quiet if you can. And he turns back to you. Just kind of offers his hand towards you again.
There was somebody in our ranks who were on the side of the Confederacy. Is that the word?
Yes, yeah. You can call them Citadel, because I've given them a title like Xeon to make it easier if you forget. So you can just call them Citadel if you want.
As she says that, you can kind of hear Fred's knuckles cracking.
Yeah. Deon kind of looks down at your knuckles and he kind of lifts his hand and just puts it on your shoulder briefly, but then puts it down again.
So it seems as though people have been working inside of our base with the opposing side. They also have a Gundam. Ashe here fought against it for a little while.
Can confirm, Cadet Ashe? And Jen kind of goes, that's private, actually, sir. We're going to take them on with the home base. With the home guard, if you don't mind. And he goes, we'll talk later. Continue.
Yeah.
And he points to Ashe.
From my side, there were standard suits that Nova talked about and a Gundam. They had a big gun. And all I managed was to scratch the paint, basically.
Same.
He nods. As you guys are talking, he presses a button on a little data pad, and the big screen behind you just shows a big screen image of the Gundam frame that attacked Ashe. And that's when you hear a lot of the people in the crowd just sort of gasping and commenting and making conversation again. They're using a mobile suit? But no, they're using a Gundam? How do they get that? It doesn't have a mono-eye like a Zaku? What even is that weapon? Oh my god. And sort of stuff like that as they're all talking. Once again, he kind of puts his hand up. He doesn't need to say anything this time, and people go quiet again. He offers his hand to you guys once more. Deon kind of leans over and looks back to Jendon, who takes a couple of steps forward, and he goes, I think we all understand what's going on here, and I think we all know what's pretty clear. The Citadel are finally attacked, and they're going to try and pull us into a war instead of all these petty terrorist attacks. Sir, if I could be so bold, I think that this is the time that we fight back. It won't be long until the United Nations Pact rolls this down as some sort of war, and then that'll be it. And surely we should do something about this. And the captain kind of nods slowly, his eyes close as he does. He picks up like a very detailed and very wooden etched, sort of like an eagle pipe. Holds it to his mouth. There's nothing smoking out of it yet. He's just holding it. He goes, yes, but civilians first, no? And Jender kind of nods his head and goes, aye. There's talk of at least small packets of the Citadel still inside Delta Protocol as we speak. Either attacking, looking for some more information, or anything that they can take away from the colony before it gets destroyed. We have civilians that are still in danger and head officials in the protocol that need to be evacuated as soon as possible. Now, we have 5 cargo shuttles that we can use and defend as the Nail Agama. But we need to find out where most of these head officials have gone before we leave. And then you hear a couple of people muttering and asking questions and stuff, and kind of dies out once again as the captain kind of looks at them, stares them down for a brief second, and then looks back to them. Anything you guys want to say?
All I'd like to say
I got
is
something to add, sir.
Is that who are you saying that to? Was that to the captain?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just nods and goes, continue.
The trade, one who caused this, he's not going to be bothering us anymore, sir. He's dead.
Good. Like all enemies should be, no?
Yeah. All enemies.
Okay. Corsair kind of looks at you for a moment and raises his brow and looks back to the other group. As he goes to speak again, there's like it's not like a warning siren, it's just like a little beeping siren that goes off inside the ship. Actually, do I have... 1 second. Does... I don't know if this is going to be too loud, let me know if it does. Never mind, it's not going to work because I didn't restart it. Cool, moving on. I'll do that another time. I thought turning my computer off and on again would have restarted it. There's a beep, yes, it comes through. It's like an intercom sound. The captain kind of nods his head a couple of times, and the girl next to him taps on the data pad, and the voice comes through the sort of the intercoms. It's like, "This is Instructor Barnes. Can you hear me?" Kind of nods, like, "We hear you. No, continue." Yeah, hi. We're in the outer crust of the Delta Protocol. I found a couple of the officials, but we got a problem. We got some Citadel people trying to push us back. I don't know how many there are. They just pushed us down into the crust, so I can't get back onto the surface to get towards the Argama. Please advise. He kind of turns to look at Jendon, and then turns to look at the group of people at the front. He goes, "We'll send new ones, and they'll come pick you up, and go from there." Just like, 1 second. Jendon kind of looks over his shoulder and looks over to the captain and looks to you four, and then looks back to the group and is just like, "Sir, we have multiple uses of units here. We even have Inark." He goes, No. We send new ones to go and save, no? It will work." He's like, "Sir?" And he kind of takes a step back from that and just lets it be. He's like, "This briefing over. Back to positions, yes?" That's sort of it. And people start getting up and moving back to their positions and out of the room. You got a couple of people giving you like the bog eye over moving up from the room and stuff. Especially some people that seem to be wearing the same kind of uniform as what Jendon has as they leave the room. But they only give you like a brief glance and move back.
if Noah makes eye contact with any of them, she's gonna like give a peace sign. It's like, haha, fuck you.
As they leave, the two from the podium come back over to you, and he nods his head to all four of you.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Yes, not opportunity. No, this is a situation. We are in dangerous times. Yes. No mobile suits, though. This is a small area. Only can send Loto. Okay? And
Roger
for you
that.
guys that might not know, because this is also like information that's sort of in and out of your situation, there is a type of mobile suit called a Loto. It is a small, it's like a half frame mobile suit. It's kind of like half the size of a normal mobile suit that can be used as a like a transport, a troop transport. Jenny kind of looks over at him and looks back and shrugs his shoulders. And he looks back and he goes, "You want me to send them with a group of people to send them off, or do you want me to go with them? And the captain kind of looks to his left to the girl and looks back to the group, and the girl kind of like breathes in, kind of calms herself for a second before she speaks, and she just sort of says, "The Onyx Squadron will go on their own after being dropped off by the Lodos. Once they've acquired the 2 heads of Delta Protocol, we'll return to the base and we will move on to our next objective." And Jenden's like, "Yep, alright, fine. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lieutenant," he says, and sort of like takes a step back and sort of like pushes his helmet underneath his arm a little bit. And he goes, "I guess you want me to go and use, what, patrolling above?" And she just nods and goes, "That is correct." He's like, "Alright, okie Captain," and he kind of nods his head. Captain nods his head back, and he walks out of the room with you guys, yeah?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And you all kind of leave out to the... I'm going to move you there, actually, just to make it a little cooler. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, I'm not gonna...
Feel free to give us control of the human tokens, by the way.
Yeah, I may do that, actually, so it makes it a little bit easier. But anyway, no. 2 bagels.
No.
1 second, I'm just moving you guys back over. Okay, cool. So you guys go out and the door closes and you just hear Jenden sort of go, "Alright, fine." And he turns around. He just goes, "Ensign, you know what to do, right?" And Deon just kind of nods his head and he's like, "Yeah, sure, fine."
Anson?
Ensign.
No.
It's a rank.
Ensign.
I'm not gonna let go of the fact that you had prior intel, by the way, Deon.
He kind of looks at you and then looks back to Jenden, who kind of sighs and nods his head. Deon turns around and pulls the card fully out to show you that it just says "INARC" on it.
So somebody from here knew that the attack was going to happen?
And Jenden sort of says, "Yeah, that would be us. INARC branch, you've heard of us?"
Oh yeah. Pretty fucking
Yeah.
impressive.
Well, impressive for some, scary for others, and a downright lie to even other people. But we don't work together. I'm from the Eagle branch in America. Deon's from the Lion branch in England. So I don't actually know much about this kid, but all I know is that if he had some sort of intel from England and the England branch, then, you know, there's something going on that I need to find out, and I'm going to keep him in your hands because that makes me feel safe, and then you guys might come back. You understand?
Yeah, you seem a bit worried about us, don't you?
It's not that I'm worried, and he kind of walks past you guys, and as he gets behind you guys, he kind of stops and turns around and he goes, "They're sending you out there to get rid of you, or for you to do your job and come back better than we were before. You understand?"
Test.
Pretty much from that point, but being in that mindset at a time like this, I wouldn't put it past the captain. He's a little bit agitated by what's just happened. I think you'll find most people are agitated about what's just happened. And as he says that, you do see this fucking hulking guy, like, behind him just sort of go, and Jen kind of turns and goes, "Helmsman, my apologies." And he kind of pushes himself to the side. It is a fucking giant of a guy, muscles wider than he is himself anyway.
Damn.
Wears a super tight, like, flight suit. But it's like sleeveless. It's completely sleeveless. So he's just got these big arms with like hair going down him. He's completely bald, but he's got the beard, like the biggest beard you've seen in military so far. Like it's Viking like, this guy that you've just seen.
It's fucking Jurgen Bergen, man.
Yeah, well, actually, that's quite funny. He kind of stares at you guys and kind of gives off a little bit of a gruff sort of sound, and just kind of wades through you like water, to get past you.
As he comes by, I'm gonna kind of go back to him and just kind of
and he's just gonna go back to you as well and kind of keep going. You do need to still look up to him, though. Even you, Fred. You do still look up to this guy as he walks by.
Oh my god! I just remembered I'm shorter than her.
Yeah. So he's a whole ass man. This guy as he walks by.
That is a mountain.
As the door of the elevator sort of slides open, you just hear Colonel sort of go, "Yeah, that's our helmsman, Jorgen Hartz," and he kind of turns around and just goes, and just the door shuts. And Jen just goes, "That would be one of the people that's found problems because of what's just happened." Now, if you guys are happy to go ahead and go back down to the hangar, we'll get you going.
No sense wasting time here.
Nova like rolls her shoulders and cracks her neck a little bit. She says, "All right, let's go."
I think it's time we save our instructor for once, yeah?
Okay, right. So we're going to pause it there for a brief second, just so I can get some music in for the play and stuff, and then we'll keep going. Yeah. So I'm just going to put us onto a quick pause. Won't be long.
Okay.
Only be about 5 minutes at best. I think we're back. Right, let's get that song on for you. Okay. So, to cut like a middle part out that you guys wouldn't have really done much talking to, you guys go back into the hangar and you're introduced to. I will move you over to the hangar so you know what I'm talking about. Because I actually have them already on there as well.
Whoa.
Actually, it's the thing that you first load into. It's those first three things that you see. Yeah?
What?
Those.
Oh yes.
I'm trying to find out where we are.
I'm hold shifting. If you just stay still, I should be able to drag you
fuck.
by shifting you in.
It's clipping back because of the zoom out issue.
Yeah.
Okay. The little, like, man tanks.
That's it. Yeah. So you see all these little tanks. You see three people get into the tank itself to man it. Just the one, and then there's another one behind it that's already kind of like moving. You are left to leave. You kind of hear like a thing over the intercoms actually as well whilst you guys are doing that. Before you guys were put into the Loto, you were given normal suits with like the heavier breastplate pieces on as well. You were also given your weapons that are in your character sheets as of right now, yeah?
Oh.
So that should be
Nice.
in your sheet. So, Kat, you've got the hunting rifle, so you've got the sniper and the knife. Fred, you have the 9mm and the shotgun on you, including the fighting knife.
Mm-hmm.
And Nova, you have the 9mm and the
Can we
assault
pretend my baseball
rifle.
bat is a baton or some shit? 'Cause the
We
baseball
can
bat
turn
is
the for now. We can just do we can just do that as the baseball bat is the blunt from the assault rifle. Yeah,
good. Okay, good.
yeah. So you just use that. Otherwise, it's just it's just the idea of like it's just like, and here's your baseball bat, military grade.
Your aluminum bat, military grade.
Yeah, so you're given those and plopped in. Oh yeah, Luke, we're like nearly all the way through season 1 at the moment, which is
Yeah.
we're massively enjoying it. Yeah, I've watched
Is
it
this all
before
gonna-
because of... Say again?
Is this all gonna go down on ground?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said no mobile suits.
He's gonna drop us off and we gotta shoot.
Yeah.
We're on the foots this time.
Hey.
1 second.
Noah's gonna catch up to Fred and put a hand on his shoulder and say, "You sure you're doing okay? You took a lot of damage back there."
I'll be alright. Looking forward to killing more of these fucking Imperials.
I feel like you should see a medic before we
Wait,
get
not
dropped off.
Imperials. Citadel? What?
The Citadel,
what do we refer to
Confederacy.
these guys too?
Confederate.
Citadels. You can call them Confederates or Citadels. Yeah.
Alright,
They're also technically separatists. If you wanted to call them separatists, like from Star Wars, if it makes you feel better.
No, I like Citadel. Citadels works too.
Yeah. So
My
Citadel,
name is
because like I say,
Frederick,
yes.
and this is my favorite shop on the Citadel.
Yeah, Citadels is kind of like the Xeon name for them. Yeah. Yeah. As you guys are in the back end of the Loto, this is where you guys are talking. Yeah. In fact, Deon is already applying first aid to Ashe. He's putting bandages. He's like opened up your normal suit, and he's putting bandages over your arms and any cuts that are on there. But this isn't going to heal you at all. This is just him's preparing you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So we're
second.
hanging on to our damage from last session.
Yes, because we haven't had the time to get away from the fight yet. You've literally gone in, you've been
Roger
told
that.
to do something else, yeah. This will happen a lot. There'll be times when you'll have loads of time between battles and you'll just heal straight away, and there'll be times when there's battle after battle after battle and you just won't be able to get away from your problems, yeah.
Oh my.
It's hard to escape your problems. That's why I drink.
I'm gonna go onto my radio, even if Fred says no. I'm gonna say, "Hey, can we get a medic to look at Fred real quick?"
Nah.
Whilst you guys are inside the... 1 second.
So,
Fuck me,
I'm
come on.
gonna grunt, like make that noise and kind of sneer at you, but I'm not gonna stop them from doing their job.
Yeah, one of the guys inside the Lotos does come down and start applying first aid as well for you, yeah. Cool. 1 second. For the most part, you guys don't really see what's going on outside. You just hear the rumbling of the tank as it's going through. You see it stop a couple of times, and you feel it lean down and lean up and kind of move in angles that you didn't think existed inside this colony. But what it's doing is it's actually breaking through different layers of the colony. So it's breaking down into what's known as the outer crust, which is the the kind of mechy, technical kind of part of the actual citadel, the colony, which is
Like
all
the
metallic and all.
that's underneath.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. After a brief while, you start. Let me see if I can do this. 1 second, because it's always a bit weird how this works.
Hell yeah.
You just start hearing like gunfire from the distance. Over the voice, over where you guys are talking, you just hear like an intercom going,
Okay, ETA 30 seconds. You guys will be going out on foot. We'll have a couple of people to support you, but you're on your own once you get out there. Instructor Bond should be nearby. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Understood.
Alright, let's do this hot.
and you kind of hear everything kind of go and sort of stop, and the hatch just and sort of open up. As you guys run quickly out, you are just bombarded with, let me just get you guys into the right position. Bop. over there.
Dang.
So the other Loto that was with you has already transformed and is kind of on the outer crust layer of the walking area.
Look at that bitch. Damn, how big is it?
And
Holy
so Lotos are only 12 meters, so they're like half the size of most mobile suits.
Yeah, but this boy.
Yeah, about 12 meters.
That's about right. We're short as fuck right now.
So he kind of transforms and gets on the other edge, but as you can see, because of all of his armaments are very heavy weapons, he doesn't do anything other than just sit there, and you can just hear over the intercoms, he's like,
Instructor Barnes is over there on the platform. You need to get over there pronto.
and you see like a rocket hits the side of it and just kind of buffets it a little bit, but nothing crazy. What do you guys want to do as you guys come out? You're all in your normal suits, you're all armored up and stuff, and you all have your weapons. What are you going to do?
I'm coming to cover here to make sure we can see what we got going on.
Okay, so let's do this first
That's
then.
them in front of us, right? With the soldiers and everybody up there. Yep. On the platform up above.
Yes, so if you look, you should be able to see that one of them is actually called Barnes, yeah?
Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking down. So.
No, you're fine. It's not a problem. I'm just letting you know that you can see the one that is called Barnes, so you know which one is called Barnes.
Okay.
1 second. What I'm going to do for you guys is exactly like you said.
Token control.
Oh,
Huh?
we can move.
There you go. You can now move your tokens.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna move and fall up behind Nova, kind of get out of the way of anything, and yeah.
I'm
Yeah?
gonna move up behind this box and kind of like wave my arm to like up in the air, trying to flag them down to let them know we're coming. If they can.
The guys
see
up at the
behind
top, yeah.
this, whatever that
Yeah.
is.
So there's just another barrier. Everything's kind of like breaking up and, you know, in a bad position. 1 second, I'm going to get Deon moved as well whilst we're here. He's just going to come up behind you, Fred, and sort of crouch and watch the area. As you put your hand up and wave to them, one of the guys in the military sort of get up that's behind one of those barriers up in the top left. He does see, let me just zoom out a little bit so people can sort of kind of see what we're doing here. He does kind of recognize that you're there. 1 second, zoom out a little bit more. He gives you like a brief wave. Spins his finger and points to his right hand side, and if you sort of follow his finger to where he's so like to your left but his right, you can see where all the gunfire is coming from, which is down the other strips of the canopies that are underneath the outer crust. Yeah.
I kind of. Well, I can't see a nod. So I give him a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. And he sort of nods and goes back to sort of like supporting his other teammates as well. With that, Deon kind of like taps on your shoulder and just sort of through the smoke and sounds and the sound of the mobile suit kind of trying to move its way closer as well without getting like too distracted. He's just like, Fred, you're up. What do you want to do?
Well, they look like they need some support. And we're here to prove ourselves, right? Now let's appeal ourselves to your inart buddies.
Yeah, I wouldn't call them a buddy, but we'll get to that in a bit.
I'm guessing these
You gotta-
green guys are enemies.
Yes, anyone down there is like Citadel. Yeah.
Sweet.
And I'm still not sure how to say
How to
this
what?
in like RP.
Just say it. Just say what you're
so
gonna
I
do.
could detect currents and power
Yeah.
sources. Yeah. I
Yeah.
wanna-
Okay, so
Activate
but
your
what are you searching for?
magic
Explain to me
eye.
what you're gonna. Yeah, explain to me what you're searching for first. Yeah,
Any sort of suits. See if there's any. Well, like
like mobile
Like a
suits.
powered suit, like a mobile suit, yeah.
yeah, it's things like that.
There's no role for that skill, is there? As far as I know,
No,
No.
it's just a
it's
thing
just
there.
a skill you can do.
If
Yeah.
you think she can see it, then she can see it.
Maybe I could roll a sharp.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's not that. Yeah, there's no reason for you to do it.
Oh, okay.
No, there's no reason for you to roll, sorry, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay.
It's just they give you more clues when you want to investigate a mystery. Which you guys don't need to investigate a mystery right now. But if you're looking for any more currents that are in the area right now, no, nothing is really pinging your beta off other than the 2 mobile suits behind you. Everything else has got like a low hum in front of you, yeah?
Okay.
Dettet,
Yes.
how high are these walls? Like,
The railings around the outside are probably up to about like belly button height for most average people, yeah. So waist height,
and
really.
Are they solid, or are they like glass railings where you know there's the railing on top?
These are solid. These are solid raised because of, yeah, they're solid and raised. Yeah, but
So
there is
we
like a
kinda
small
crouch
gap on the
down,
top.
We can hide behind.
Yes, yeah. So it
Okay.
doesn't just have to be the baggage that's on the roads as well, yeah.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know. No, I'm good.
Okay, what are you doing then?
How far can we really move?
Respectable to what you want to do, really, yeah.
We can do like 5th edition where we can go like 6 squares.
That's gonna take forever. Can I just say I want to move up to here and kind of watch the front of this road while the rest of us move?
Yeah, because otherwise, yeah, because most people don't even use a map. So yeah, you can move towards that position. Yes.
So like this.
We'll start being a little bit more cautious once you get. Yeah, we'll start being a little bit more cautious once we get to the actual the bread and butter of it. Yeah.
Yeah, when we get actually fire,
No worries.
or even just sight range of them, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Deon's just gonna run this way instead, and kind of like be leaning over to watch you guys as you guys are passing over the secondary wall. You guys still obviously have your, you guys still obviously have your intercoms and stuff over each other as well. So you've got radios.
Okay.
And Kat, yeah, your weapon would be obviously a sniper rifle, like a military class.
Yeah.
Just so you don't go crazy close and then realise you had a better chance further away, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. As of right now, from where you guys are standing, the only thing that's really happening is just a very close gunfight between these guys. They're not really moving. No one's really going out of their way to get further or closer, yeah? So,
Yeah, they're
once
kinda
again,
in their positions, just kind of taking pot shots
Yeah.
at each other.
hoping for the best sort of thing, yeah. So from that, you guys are clear to do whatever you want to do again, yeah, absolutely.
Alright, I was gonna say moving up. I'm just gonna start.
Alright, I'm gonna go right up against this wall and crouch as low as I can to keep a low profile.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and crawl along the wall. I went backwards. Try to crawl all the way up to here, like slowly, however long you want that to take. Or if you want me to make rolls to stay hidden.
Act under pressure.
What am I rolling for that?
Cool roll.
Cool roll. Wow.
Yeah. Let me link.
Nice.
Let me link.
Yes.
The book again.
Yeah.
That-
Uh-oh.
Uh
well, there's an XP point.
Uh-oh.
Let me give me that real quick. Okay.
So keeper, I think you have what a failure
I just
is
gotta
on that
use-
under pressure.
There isn't really one. It's just I use any of my things.
Your moves.
Any of me moves. Let's see.
Yeah. I whiffed an air.
You whiffed an air. Okay, so you get like up to just kind of past where Nova is as you're crouching, kind of like looking up and down as you are. As that's happening, you just hear like rumbling that's caused from everything from the outside of the the citadel, the colony. I got to keep remembering that's the colony, not the citadel. All the way up to the fighting that's going on in front of you as well. This causes the the whole structure that you're on, the part of it, just kind of like shift and sort of almost start tilting to its side. You don't roll over the outside of the railing, you just get hit, you bump up against it, and a couple of like shots go pinging over your head and just like flying off into the waves. But what it does mean is that you've kind of like you don't like the idea of using any more of this section of the path, just on the off chance that something could break. So you kind of you've broken a route, basically. You've cut off.
Okay.
You've cut off an area that you guys could possibly go on. Yeah, is the thing.
Okay. So that's like unsafe. It's like crumbling.
It's way too unsafe for you to really use and to suggest for anyone else to use right now. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
like. Okay.
Oh no, go on.
I'm gonna turn to Nova and go like, we can't use this. It's falling apart. We gotta get around another way.
Doubling back, and she.
just like you sounded annoyed. Just like.
Yeah, kind of like,
Oh,
well done,
boy,
thanks.
Can't do my pro tag moves if I'm back here.
Do I see any sort of other path from where I am? Like this way?
No, everything that you can see right now is very plain and clear as day for you. It's pretty obvious, like, what you guys would need to do. You'll need to backpedal from what's happened.
Saying go the other way.
Yeah,
Deon
but
has
Kat,
that
you're in range, Kat, from where you are right now for like at least the first crust of people.
Because
Oh.
sniper rifle.
Yeah,
Alright
You have a
then.
very
And-
fun tag on your sniper rifle.
yeah.
I'll move. Wait.
You don't need to.
Yeah, a little closer to. Can I get a little closer to the barrier though, so I have like something to duck behind?
You had the boxes that you were right next to, so yeah.
Hey, you know what? No. No. Let her do her thing, man.
No, I'll let her do it. Yeah. If you wanted to do that, yeah, move yourself there. So you've moved over to the
Okay.
ledge to kind of use that as a support.
Don't
Yeah,
let us
like
judge your actions. That's all.
Yeah.
I've propped my
That's our
gun up,
mistake.
sniper onto the barrier, and I want to look down at this guy if he's in range.
Yeah, he keeps popping his head up and shooting towards them. So that's definitely one of the guys that you could see with your rifle
Okay.
right now. Yeah.
Over the radio, I say, I'm gonna take fire from my
Take
position.
fire means you're getting shot at.
I mean,
Yeah.
Firing.
fire from my firing
Take
from
the
my
shot. You're gonna take
Marking
the
the
shot.
marking the target, taking a shot. Don't worry, you'll learn it. You'll learn it. You don't even need to say anything. You could just do it. You're in a live fire thing right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for that.
So you're gonna fire on him, yeah?
Kick
Yeah.
some ass.
Let's kick some ass. But remember, you don't
Hell
want to say
yeah.
you want to kick some ass. You're just gonna tell me what to do, and I'll tell you what role you're gonna do. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm
So
just...
same thing. You're going to
Fine.
kick some ass. Yes.
Okay.
Roll plus tough. Damn!
Ooh.
Yeah, well done.
10 plus, you choose one extra effect.
She's
You
an
gain
extra
advantage.
effect. Yeah.
Oh,
Take +1 forward or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, you suffer less harm, you force them where you want them.
Boom. Headshot.
To give you an idea, Kat, yeah, you fired on this guy, and we're not talking 50 cal, but we're talking very large rifle.
yeah.
You kind of like got 1 foot up on the side of the thing, and you just gone. It's just his head's just gone.
I
He's
was
just
gonna say,
popped it.
Yeah, his head's gone.
Yeah.
What extra
I'll
effect did you want to take?
I'll take the
Yeah.
forward.
Hell yeah.
Plus forward, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So as soon as you've taken the shot, they do start firing at you, and you do have to kind of duck down, but you don't. You're okay for the time being. You've taken the
Now
shot.
you're taking
If
fire.
you were to, yeah, now you're taking fire, and I'm gonna just say it as if Deon would have said it. He just sort of says, "They know where you are now. You're gonna need to move, otherwise they're gonna keep firing on that spot." As you know, most things are. Don't be a camper.
Got it.
And you're gonna take the, and you're gonna take a forward, yeah.
Yeah.
So that means your next roll has a +1.
Yeah.
Messi,
Hold
like,
means you
he
can
just,
continue
like,
to use it for
skated
that.
off to the other side of the platform.
Just like
Say again.
She just kind of was like, let me just scoot along.
Yeah, this guy is just long gone. I'm going to leave his body there just so you get an idea of what the count is.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of move back. I guess I'd be moving with Messi, so I'd kind of be back there.
Yeah, you guys would have sort of moved at the
You
same
with
time. That's fine, yeah. So you can be like sort of back
Oh,
around
shit.
here.
You moved. You moved.
So I got you. Same as you, Kat. You would have moved back as well. Deon kind of
Thanks,
looks
Dettet.
back at you
I know I
guys.
have a
Don't worry.
trackpad.
That's what I mean. I don't mind helping. Deon kind of looks at you guys as he's crouched and looking around, and he kind of gives you guys a thumbs up, like an all clear. And he does kind of like start moving towards this area over here.
Samesies.
Yeah, I'll go with him. Yeah. See why not.
That's right. I got you. I got you.
The other route. I blocked her on the other route.
Ash, what are you doing?
Am I still within range from like halfway?
From here, you wouldn't be able to hit the guys that you hit from that distance, but you would be able to hit the closer people, if you see what I mean.
Like these guys? Yeah.
Yes.
Like-
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, all those dudes that he's pointing at as well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those dudes, yeah, that's
Alright,
fine
then
as
I'll
well.
hang back a little bit away from you guys.
If you were to leave yourself here behind this sort of rubble, I'd say that
Yeah.
that would be range enough to be hitting this section of the, like this sort of canopy area here. So anyone that moves
anything
into that
different?
position...
Oh.
No, but what I mean is, that's the position that you could then hold the position, if you see what I mean.
Alright.
If that's what you wanted to do.
We gotta stop doing.
That's true, but never mind.
We gotta let her play the feud.
She got
What?
this.
That's fair.
Play the.
You got to play it. Yeah, you got to play it yourself. Yeah.
Ah.
You never watched Family Feud?
No.
Wow.
Damn. She
Anyway.
doesn't get Steve Harvey memes. Anyway. Okay. All right.
So did you want a fire cat?
She didn't say she was gonna fire me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold
You
back
gotta
for now.
stop
Just-
this guy.
I was asking because I didn't know
She
was
did say she was going to, and then I was, yeah, and then I replaced it, yeah.
Yeah.
All I'm going to do from now on is I'm just going to say, Ash, what are you doing? And then you've got to explain it, and I'm just going to take it verbatim. You'll only get better if you do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and instead of
So,
saying
Ash,
that,
what are you doing?
Just say what you're doing.
Yeah, just say what you're going to do, yeah.
To you
Ash,
guys,
what are you
wanna
doing?
say I'm good?
Oh, do you guys? Now it's your guys' choice. No, I asked Ash what Ash is doing. What's Ash doing?
No, I think she's talking to us and we're interrupting her.
Damn, we a Messi.
Was that what you were doing, Kat?
Yes.
Then I apologize. Continue.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay, to you guys, she over me. She's like, I'm gonna hang back and take more pot shots at these guys.
Copy.
Don't miss.
I'll try.
Alright. I'm gonna try and get in close. I mean, that's what I got weapons for. Best thing I can do.
Deon kind of like scrambles his way up to sort of this position, sort of tries to take cover around this box, to
I was also
duck
gonna
around it
scramble her ass up.
and get behind these guys here as well. Yeah.
Is this like a
I'm gonna-
slope?
No. It's like a very small raise. Yeah. It's just that's what the type of thing is. It's not supposed to be as raised as that looks.
Mm.
So what do you want to do? Did you want to get up? No. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know about that move. Yeah, I'm gonna try as best as I can to try and get over here, but I doubt I'm gonna be able to get that far at this point. But like,
Act
up
under
and
pressure.
around.
Yeah. Act under
Okay.
pressure for me, Annie.
Alright.
Noise.
Yeah.
Track
That should be
path.
completely fine.
10 plus, you do what you said. I think you're...
Okay,
Yeah. So, not
I'm,
even-
like, right
yeah,
where
how'd you do
he
it?
is then?
How do you do it?
I'm gonna crawl up this slope, kind of get here, make some short runs between these two locations.
Yeah. You're being smart about it. Yeah.
Combat jump over this one box.
Slide.
Roll
Cool.
for
And you put
cool.
yourselves into positions. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm cool. Yeah. But actually, you're alright if I'm kind of like right on the corner. Like, right
Yeah.
on the corner.
You do what you want to do, man. Yeah.
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 It's like chess.
Okay,
I took
so-
my fingers off the piece.
Say again. Sorry.
Sorry. It's like chess. I took my finger off the piece.
No. It is not. It is not like that. Do not worry.
Alright.
Okay. Well, we've got a couple of hours. Yeah, cool. You hear over the intercom. Over the radio. You just hear.
This is Instructor Barnes. I see the 4 guys you sent over to us. What's the plan?
They're not gonna us.
Repeat, what's the plan?
We're getting you out of here.
Well, that's fucking great. Wow, how are you gonna do that? We got injured over here.
It's like, Deon, you're in charge here.
The hell do you mean I'm in charge? Hang on a second.
You're the ensign. You're leading rank.
Crap. Okay. We need to get rid of those people. Shut up.
I stomped the Deon. Got him, boy.
We need to stop that raid of Citadel soldiers as soon as we can. If we can get these guys over to the Lodo, we'll be fine. There's a lot of us. We need to keep this place protected for a small period of time. Hold on, I'm thinking.
What are you guys gonna do as of right now?
I'm gonna go here.
I
Jump
wanna
same.
Messi, I'm about to get spicy. Are you ready?
Yeah, do it.
Alright, I'm gonna try and fucking like sprint my way down behind this box.
That is gonna be an act under pressure as usual. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just smoked my glance.
That
I'm gonna
should.
I'm gonna give Fred some cover. Can I help him on that roll?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him some cover. Help out. So I'm gonna roll
Alright.
plus. Cool.
So how does help someone work again? Let's have a little look.
I have no clue.
I'm looking
when
it
you
up,
help
don't
another,
I?
have to roll plus cool. On a 10 plus, your help grants them +1 on their roll. 7 to 9. +1. Anybody else expose yourself to danger. I said it before I saw the 8, so I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, go on.
It won't help very much, but.
Well, it could do. On a 12, your help could act as if they just rolled a 12, regardless of what they actually got.
Oh,
All right.
that call.
The fucking
Holy
clutch.
shit.
Oh my days.
Well,
So I just set up my assault rifle like.
Yeah, that's it. And most of the Citadel guys just duck their asses down as that happens as well, yeah.
So as you start firing, I'm like, moving! And I fucking just haul ass across this and
I'll
slide
move you over for you if
down
you
the
want.
small ramp.
I know you got it, cool. Yeah.
I got it.
That's it. So you run down. There's a couple of shots that do ping off the ground near you, but they're just and you're completely fine. You get completely past it, and you skid down into that part there for it. Yeah. As you kind of skid there, you see this portion of the building. Sorry, the structure. Just kind of. You hear it just go. And it just drops as you kind of, so you see it drop as you get to that point, and you're like, yeah, oh my god.
It was punched into the shadow realm.
Oh, actually, I think I could make that easier. Hang on a second.
Gone. It's fucking dead.
1 second. 1 second.
It's fucking dead. It's fucking dead.
Boop.
Oh my.
Boop. But then I need to get rid of that fucking drawing, which is not easy considering it doesn't let me actually pick it. There we go. Delete.
Okay.
Delete. There you go.
I want to fire on these guys.
Which one? Sorry, I didn't know where you were pointing.
One of these. This one.
Yeah, so that'll probably be the furthest you can hit from there. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So kick some ass. How are you doing it? How are you doing this? Tell me how you would be. Tell me how you would be putting yourself together to fire.
Well, I think she uses her bio arm to stabilize the gun since it's mechanical and is like that. And
Are you right-handed? Are you?
Yes.
So it'd have been your right arm that was like on the
bearer.
Your right arm's biotic, isn't it?
Support. Yeah.
So that would be the one firing.
Right arm is supporting it. Huh?
If you're right-handed, it means your right arm is metal, yeah?
Yes.
So your right arm would be firing. It couldn't be supporting it, is what I was going to say for you.
Oh. Then I'll swap
But that's
that
fine.
around.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying. It just means that you'd be like... I'm just doing the same thing as I said I wasn't going to do. So just do whatever the hell you're going to do. Go for it.
Yep. So you're
Okay,
supporting the gun.
Metal arm supporting the gun, she just hops over the ledge, just like before, and fires at this guy.
Yeah, kick some ass.
+1.
Yeah, +1.
She has the
Yeah,
forward.
+1, yeah. +1 forward. Was that with the +1?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
You're
okay.
taking damage, bro. Oh no.
Yeah, kick some ass doesn't really explain that too well, does it? But it's like below, but you just got to take things from my thing, so that's fine.
The keeper has like a little section of.
I know, yeah,
what
it's the
failures
keeper
happen.
handbook, yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me find the book for you and how maybe I can.
I've got it, I'm just looking through them.
Alright, cool.
Because you're only technically fighting minions right now, so it's... Actually, no, yeah, I am a little bit confused. Hang on a second, because that's a failure, right? The
It's all good, let
6.
me see. Yeah, that's a fail.
So, what do I do on a failure? Because all I've got here is just... Is that just the harm moves?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine. Yeah, okay, cool. So, Kat, as Ashe pops up to take the shot, you blindly miss. Like, it's just straight over the head or whatever. At the same time, you didn't really support yourself that well, and it's kind of staggered you backwards. In the moment that you kind of like stumble back from the ledge, a load of like pop shots start coming towards you. A couple of shots graze through your normal suit and cut up your arm. Obviously the non-metal arm, causing you to go through 1 harm. And also... yeah, and you fall to the floor, basically. You drop your ass down onto the floor after the shots. Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds about fair, doesn't it, Messi?
Yep, sounds good.
Okay, cool. Okay, so long as I know what we're doing here, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna do a roll, actually, for... You know who.
No.
Mustard?
For mustard, yeah.
Mustard.
Hey!
Dijon. He has a spiky gun. Oh,
Oh my!
Dijon shoots himself.
Oh
Same thing. He kind of gets up to... Yeah?
You rolled weird.
Oh, I did roll weird. Why did I roll weird? Hang on a minute. Sorry.
Oh.
I would say take the number, and if you have pluses for whatever you're gonna do. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, just as
I'm
on
just
a
doing
miss,
it
your
again.
ass gets kicked instead, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. On a miss, your ass gets kicked instead, which means she took the harm and no one else took a harm. So she didn't take any minions out, or if it was a monster, she wouldn't have hurt the monster, but get hurt herself, yeah. So she just takes whatever the monster's harm would have been to them anyway, which at this point, because they're so far away and it's a gunfight like this, it would have just been 1, that's fine. I'm going to ignore my weird and just do the tough one that I did, considering the tough is really bad on my one anyway. Yeah, so he kind of leans over with his gun, and I just want to check exactly what he had again. Oh yeah, yeah. He has. So after your shot, Cat,
Yeah.
you hear the same kind of sort of noise as you see Deon's there with the same sort of rifle as you. His shot grazes past the guy that you missed as you're kind of like trying to stumble yourself back up, and sort of like shoots through his arm. But as he's doing that, another guy's getting shot back at him as well. Shrapnel starts flying up, and like he gets scraped and scuffed on his arms, and he ducks down again. He just sort of says,
Okay, there's a hell of a lot more here than I thought we were going to go through. How's everyone doing?
I'm fine.
I'm alright. I'm in a good position.
Not so good.
"Wait, is that the one that you just sent me?"
The regular PDF. The one that's pinned.
Right. Okay.
Kind of.
Just shut up, Fred. Shut up, Fred. No, you're not automatically on the spider, no.
Okay.
The middle of harm is actually still a tick, yeah? You actually,
Okay.
when you get to that one, you'd click unstable.
Yes.
And then that would let you know that you're on the 4th one. Unstable makes you unstable. It also means that you're on the 4th tick of harm, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. No worries. Hey,
Oh
okay.
wait, that means we're getting experience.
Yes, it
Yes.
You're next.
Hey.
You'll catch up to Messi one day.
does.
It's fine, I'm just a failure.
Okay, what's everybody doing?
But your failures makes you a success. I'm gonna creep around the corner and have my shotgun and unload it on that guy.
Oh my god, yes, please.
Oh.
That guy.
Yeah.
Why do you think I tried to get so fucking close?
Yeah.
I have a shotgun. So I'm assuming I'm kicking it.
Yeah, you're kicking ass. Yeah, you know what you're doing.
Just
You're right. You're already
say what you be doing and you
What
just...
role is that?
kick some ass is
cool.
tough.
Or tough, yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Messi!
I'm sorry! I just think he's so cool!
Well, no, he said before he told just tell me what you want to do, then I'll tell you what to roll. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, kick some ass. It's plus tough, sorry. You are right. I kind of
Oh.
just left you to it. Oh no.
Oh no.
Bob Saget.
Did you say Bob's?
Yeah.
That's another experience point, though.
Eh.
I'm determined to fail.
Which page was that on,
Wait.
Messi?
It's not red line.
It's basically where the descriptors are. So kick some ass is on 118. You just have to scroll through and say on a miss, or scroll through and see on a miss.
Oh my god.
It doesn't really like
Okay,
list it out. It's kind of stupid. So like investigate a mystery on a miss, you reveal some information to the monster or whoever you're talking to. Kick some ass on a miss, you get your ass kicked.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it was what we were thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so you kind of like, exactly as you said, you lean forward and around the side, and as you kind of like cocked the shotgun ready to go, you lean to go and do it, and you see that the Citadel guy already sees you there, and he's just like holding a 9mm, and he fires a couple of shots at you. Misses anything vital, but does kind of pop the side of your shoulder exactly the same as Cat, and you get one harm, and you kind of fall back behind the barrel, behind the boxes, yeah?
Alright. God, they're watching me. I can't get out.
I'm gonna come up from cover and balance my assault rifle and fire at these guys here.
Yep, so kick some ass like you would do, my boo.
Is a 3 harm. Here I go. I don't have any positives, so.
Alright,
Wow.
alright, okay,
so that's
never
a
mind.
mixed success. On a 7+, you whenever you're inflicting harm on each other. Both take harm. Hell yeah. So that's 3 harm to the enemy.
Yeah, Dettet, I took a tick of harm for that, yeah?
Yes, you did, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Messi, to make it different for you, you kind of lean up and start, popping fire down at these guys here, yeah? You hit the first one that was leaning forward to hit Fred, and he just drops, like, straight away. Just, the other guy looks up at you and takes a shot at you, misses you, hits the guy next to you that goes down with a scream as well. He's just like, ah! And he kind of falls and, like, lands down on his ass, as you then pop him in the face, and he drops down after a scream as well. Yeah?
Okay, I'm gonna turn and see if I can help this guy.
Double kill.
Putting your fingers to his pulse would note that there is not much of that.
Well.
Yeah. And you just hear kind of over the radios, you just hear,
Yeah, this is Instructor Barnes. We're getting more injuries down here. Casualties are arming up. What are we gonna do?
and it's up to you guys to do what you want to do again.
Okay. I'm gonna instead of
Quick question: what's the range on my
Yes.
shotgun?
What are the keywords for your shotgun?
Yeah. Harm, close, and messy.
Yeah, it says harm,
Just so
close,
you know.
messy. Yeah.
So the closest you have would have to be to that
it's
to
very
hit
similar.
someone.
Well, the assault rifle is close as well.
Assault rifle is far close.
Assault rifle is harm, close, area, loud, reload.
For me, it is 3 harm, close fire, auto.
Yeah, her assault rifle's different. It says close far. Let me look at your
If I
one.
had an assault rifle, it'd just be like a fucking spray and pray. Alright.
I don't think you. Oh yeah. Oh, but yours is close area. Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
the
kind of
only one I'd
based
be
off
able to
your
use
skill.
With the range would have been a hunting rifle, and I don't have that. So. Yeah, so what would close be?
Well, that I was allowing you to at least go 40 foot to hit that guy, so I would say about 40 foot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was here and you were there, so I would have said 40 foot. But like I say, I'm flexible. I don't care too much.
I'm going here.
What would you think is close?
A 40
Yeah.
foot is pretty far. But it depends. We'll get into it later.
I wouldn't-
because there's
Yeah,
different
I
kinds
wouldn't-
of shotguns.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say that this is actually 40 foot as well. I would just assume that this is the length of amount that I'm giving you. This is you can shoot 40, okay?
Me shoot 40.
In this map, you can
Anyway.
shoot 40. Yes. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
I'm gonna try and get and kind of press my body up against that, so I'm not. Visible.
Yeah. That would be once
let
again
me
another
roll.
act under pressure because that is exactly
Yeah.
where those guys are. Yeah.
There's a lot of boys there. But I
Yeah.
gotta get in range somehow. I don't see these rolls. Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
God damn.
oh no.
Buddy.
I have no way to attack right now.
and you're in position.
Uh-huh. I have
So-
a knife. I have a pistol. I have a fucking shotgun.
This
The
just
pistol and
says
the shotgun
on
are
a
the
miss,
same range.
things go to hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another platform collapses.
No, it's okay, actually. I've got you. 1 second.
Oh boy.
Okay. It's all good. I know what I'm doing here.
He changed to me.
I did.
Oh no. Oh.
Okay. You start pegging your way towards the, let's say, this box here to be able to get into a position where you can fight back, yeah?
Yes.
As you do that, 1 second.
All that is experience points, my dude.
I don't want to talk about it.
So as you're running towards it, with the gunshots firing and everything, you just hear kind of like a
Oh fuck.
right in front of you. This dust kind of like just appears around you,
Uh-oh.
and a
Oh.
little bit too small,
Oh.
but a little bit too big. Hang on, give it a second.
Oh, great.
And you see a petite mobile suit just sort of land in front of you. Petite mobile suits, for people that do not know and need to know, they are very, very tiny, more personal mobile suits. There's no head part, it's just kind of people sat on the top, kind of like a Dr. Eggman robot, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got the idea? Let me see if I can get a quick,
Oh,
brief
wow.
picture. What?
I went into red and I got to. I heard very small and no head part.
Pretty well. That yeah,
Yeah.
you pretty much answered it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is the sort of look of a petite mobile suit. Just to give you an idea. Yeah.
What? I don't see it.
It's
In
in
Gunpla
Club-
Boys.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm slow. I'm on a trackpad right now.
I know. Don't worry.
Ah, okay. It's almost. It reminds me of almost of the mobile workers.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Commands.
mobile worker. Yeah, but it's a
Command.
tiny version of it.
Like-
As you're running, this thing lands in. Second.
No, you're good. Go.
Okay.
Go for it.
As you're running to try and get into this point, it lands in front of you. It kind of like you kind of heard it go sort of like woo, sort of jump to land on top of this rate, like this section that you're fighting on. Yes, the whole section of this landing area kind of jerks and moves. And before you can even think, your head is being grabbed by the manipulator of the mobile armor, the petite mobile suit. What the petite mobile suit looks like? Yeah, sure. Give me 1 second. They're, like I say, they're very, very tiny little things.
Mhm.
It's 1 second. One of those. So it's a very tiny little thing. Nothing too crazy. This is for animal. So there's no head, there's no top piece. There'd be a person sat on that top piece where you could see the head. Yeah, we all good? Okay, cool. Yeah, so you don't really get a chance to think. After the dust kind of settles and you look up to do something, the manipulator's grabbed your head.
Oh
It
god.
lifts you, kind of pulls you back on it, and just throws you back towards the boxes. And you smack into them, and you take a 2 harm, unfortunately.
Yikers! So
Oh,
Yeah.
bud. Kat, did you have something to do?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
wanted to join up here, ducking along the railing.
Yeah, act under pressure.
Mixed success. Nice.
Do you get experience from that?
Nope.
No,
on a 6
only
on the other.
failures.
Oh, okay.
Failed.
On a 7 to 9, the keeper's gonna give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
Yeah, I will. So you sprint yourself up towards the box. As you get past the box, you feel like you hear the gunshot. You feel it behind you. And when you think everything's all done and dusted and you've just had your head shot, you turn to your side and you see one of the guys next to Deon just on the floor dead. And he basically took the bullet that was aimed for your head as you sort of like duck behind this box, yeah?
Jesus.
Whew, okay.
Animal, to give you an idea, they've gone into the inner crust of the colony to grab the sort of like the head operatives of the colony, Delta Protocol. It's a bit too small for mobile suits. Dangerous to use for mobile suits because you could harm things. And if you can see just in the far right corner, there's Lotos, which are like tiny mobile suits, like the tiniest they could use to get over here. But obviously, because they're heavy armament sort of machines, they're not actually attacking. They're just there as their like base of operations. Okay.
Ashe, is that the end of your turn?
Huh?
Is that your whole turn?
Or did you want to do something?
I'm going to duck up behind this box, and that's
Okay.
Okay, I do have an idea. I'm going to poke my head out and look around and kind of like gauge the situation. I want to read about a situation.
Situation is I just got slammed in these boxes.
Yeah, I want to read this bad situation.
No worries, Animal. Okay, yeah. So 1 second. So yeah, when you look around and read a bad situation, you roll your sharp 10, hold 3, and on a 7-9, hold 1. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay, let's see. So I'm just gonna list them off for the viewers. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims? I want to ask that last question.
What's the best way to protect the victims? Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine. The best way to protect these victims right now is to call back the Loto squad in some sort of panicked response.
Loto squad being these guys.
The big, well, the 12-meter, yeah, the half mobile suits, yeah.
Yeah, I had a feeling. I'm gonna radio to them and be like, "Hey, can we get some heavy fire on the suit? The suit that just appeared? This fucking suit!"
You're talking heavy artillery fire in the crust of a colony? You'll blow the whole fucking thing up. Put a bead on that thing. Give me a second.
And he just kind of cuts out, and you just see the big one that's kind of transformed just sort of go, sort of like lift and turn and kind of like disappear underneath the cot, like the things, and just hide.
Yep. That's my turn.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna try to...
Sorry, hang on. We got Deon.
Yeah. Okay.
So Deon
Been quiet.
sort of looks over the field, looks behind him towards Instructor Barnes, and he's like, "How bad are we looking at right now?" It's like, "I got 2 people injured right here. One of the colony operatives is not looking too good. We need to get out of here as fast as we can. What are you thinking?" It's like, "I'm not really thinking anything right now," and he's got a bit of a worried look on him. He kind of pans over all of them. Then it goes back to you, Fred.
Alright, I'm gonna try to just get around these boxes that I just got slammed into and take a shot at this fucking pea suit with the shotgun.
Yeah. By all means.
So I'm rolling kick some ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
So-
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. My mistake. I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah. Oh.
Oh, nice.
Well, hang on a minute, boy.
Dang.
Oh god, I gotta
'Kay.
open the PDF.
It's alright, I'll read them out for you if you want me to.
Yeah, because I don't have
So
to save them.
on a 10 plus, you choose the extra effect. You gain an advantage. You take one forward or give one forward to another hunter.
Horrible damage, right? Inflict
terrible harm plus one harm.
Yeah, terrible
Inflict
harm.
terrible harm, or you suffer less
Terrible
harm.
harm.
Or you
Terrible
force
harm.
He
Wait,
wants
what
that terrible harm.
Terrible harm, yeah.
Terrible harm.
Okay,
I
so
want
with your
that
shotgun,
black.
you kind of lean over the crates, and you see it sort of walking forward. As it walks forward, you kind of 1 second. You see it kind of like pushing things out of the way to get past them, and you kind of lean the shotgun down and fire down at its legs, yeah.
Yep.
And as you fire, it just kind of crumples down on its knees, and its two manipulators kind of hit the ground and start to push forward. And the whole landing, the whole area strip that you've got, just kind of wiggles and structurally is not safe once again. As you do that, you just hear over the intercoms, and it's just,
Yeah. Private, if you could just move away from those boxes for us.
Alright. So, I'm gonna try to scramble up here, right? Move under pressure.
yeah, and yeah, roll under pressure. Act under pressure for that for me.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna cover you.
Oh, there's a 10, so
Never mind.
it's fine. It's all good. Yeah, but you do it anyway. You pop your shots, and as that happens, you just sort of see this thing starting to get back up on its legs. But as it does, just the Loto just appears besides the layer, the landing area. So sorry, you know what I mean, the overhang bit.
Like peeked up from underneath or something.
It just so you'd see it from a side end view as this Loto, the petite mobile suit, starts to try and push himself back up onto his legs. You just see the head slowly raising from the side, and as it does, it kind of stands there and gets a little bit taller and a little bit taller. The petite mobile suit kind of looks over the guy, and it sort of just goes, ah! Like pulls a 9mm out and starts shooting at the Loto. The Loto itself just uses, and just to let you know, the arms aren't arms, they're just missile pods on the arms, the manipulators. He just pulls that back and just slides it across the walkway. And as he does that, this just gets
Sweeps it off, basically.
Yeah, so he just sweeps him off. And he just goes flying off the edge as he just sort of sweeps him off the edge, yeah. As he does that, he is destroying the whole of that, that whole walkway.
Hell yeah.
Dang.
And that makes the other guys kind of like, fuck me, I just want to pick this guy and delete him. There we go, Christ. Okay. And he kind of turns to you guys and he's like, he kind of waves one of the manipulators, but as he waves one of the manipulators, the back of, you can just see loads of explosions going off the back of the Loto as it's taking loads of rocket fire, like as it's trying to protect you guys.
I'm gonna radio and say, "Thank you, I owe you a drink."
And he's just like,
Just get the hell out of here! Go back to the other Loto now!
Okay, everybody, we gotta move.
Already?
okay, and
What do you mean
if
already?
everyone one more time,
I just got up here.
if everyone can one more time roll me and act under pressure for me. Everyone.
Oh, baby.
Act under retreat, you mean?
Oh boy.
My.
You got 7.
Oh boy.
Oh, here I go.
1 second.
By the time I
Act
get
under
some
pressure is
fucking-
cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh no.
Man.
I'm one experience away from a level, baby.
Hey, me too. I've failed twice today. Wait, no, 3 times today.
I failed twice today. Okay, so you all kind of gather up together, yeah? That's like 50-50, to be honest with you there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that an average of shitty, kind of shitty, but not really that shitty?
It's like
Because it's 2 mixed
fantastic.
successes and 2 failures.
Yeah.
So as you guys all kind of like collectively start getting down to the runway to just run, that's everyone that's here. obviously the ones that need to keep a hold of the ones that are injured are there as well. Barnes is up together with you guys, trying to move together with you guys. Sorry. And you're all just pegging it towards the other Loto. And you can hear, obviously, on the Loto, it's just like, quickly, come on, get in now! And as you guys are running, the other Loto is just kind of like standing in front and taking all the shots as you guys are getting fired at. 1 second. You guys keep running, you guys keep getting past, you know, the main area as you're running towards the other Loto. You get to a point when you're about here, and this Loto is now just breaking through the other landing strip, the other walkway, just keeping you guys protected. Until you just hear one last final explosion. You just sort of just like, ah! And the Loto just sort of, the lights kind of flicker on the monitor in the eyes, and it just starts to drop down towards the walkway that you guys are in. As that goes to happen, you've got most of the group are... 1 second. Most of the group are round and done by now. Most of you guys are kind of flipped out and gotten out of the way. Deon just about making it. Everyone else just about making it from that point. Nova.
Yes.
You turn and you see the mobile suit just kind of like falling towards you. As you do, you feel a couple of hands grab you and push you out of the way, and the last thing you see is just Instructor Barnes, like with his arms out, pushing you out of the way as the Loto just crashes down on top of him.
My hand's like extended. I see him crush, and I'm like, ah!
And he's like in the classic anime style. It's just kind of like, as he pushes you out of the way, he's just like, "Run, you fools!"
You fool.
without saying "fly," so I don't infringe on anything. And it just down on top of him.
It was Bandolph the whole time.
There's like a beat.
Bandolph.
Bandolph the whole time.
There's a beat, and Nova's like frozen for a second before she fucking comes to her senses, and she goes, Barnes is down. Barnes, we gotta go.
Yeah, could have told you that before. Get in!
Yeah, I'm gonna go and grab Nova by the shoulder and physically start pulling her. Because I have no idea what she's, like, state of mind right now.
Yeah, cool.
She
So
keys up with you.
Cool. So you all get into the Loto and you start. You all get into the Loto and you start, you know, getting away as quick as you can, whilst there's still things shooting and firing at you, and you know. We're going to take another quick little 5-minute break because I just need to go to the toilet, and then we will be back. 1 second, guys.
Mm.
Okay, that was a
Ted,
great sound to start back live on.
I feel I should let you know before we keep going. I am at 4
Yeah.
harm.
I know,
You were.
I know.
You are unstable.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How slow is my I feel like my response is a little bit slow.
It is a bit. I can kind of hear myself echo every now and then.
Yeah, I think it's my morph box. Hang on a minute. Let me change that over because that's not good. How's that for response times? Is that better?
Say hi right now.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, that seems much better.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So you guys are inside the Loto
Really?
again. What?
This sad music.
Yeah,
Because
man.
our instructor is fucking died.
Your instructor of 4 years has just died.
All right. Yeah.
And you're kind of just sat in the Loto as you're going through. Fred, you're in intense pain. Like, your head is throbbing. You've got cuts all around your body and stuff. You do feel that sense of instability. Like, you sort of like... what's the word? You've convulsed a couple of times while sitting down, just trying to keep your sort of strength and keep yourself awake, knowing full well if you fall asleep, it could be worse.
Just trying to stay composed.
Yeah.
In control of myself.
Deon knows this and is already like by your side, like checking vitals, opening your eye to make sure, checking your cranium for anything. The soldiers that kind of like survived are just sort of saying and tending to themselves. One of the officials, who wears kind of like a more regal style military garb, is holding on to the gunshot in his stomach that they're trying to heal as well. And well, for everyone else and for Fred as well, what are you guys doing right now?
Just gonna do anything I can to stay like awake and attentive, not try to like fall asleep without paying
Oh,
attention.
Deon pats down your pockets and pulls out one of your cigarettes for you and like holds it out towards your mouth.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
just grip it in the mouth.
Yeah, and then he grabs your
wait for him to
lighter.
light it.
Yeah, he grabs your lighter and like lifts it up and he's like, "Are you good? Are you okay?"
I think I'm done fighting for today.
Yeah, I think so too. At least you can go back and say you fought against the mobile suit hand to hand, eh?
More like hand to face, but yeah, it'll make a good bar story.
Yeah. No, we'll get you down to the medicals as soon as we can. Okay? I promise.
Yeah, it was some good shooting, kid.
Hey, yeah, you too. Ashe, and he kind of calls out. You got shot at. How
Yeah.
are you?
I'm okay. For the most
I
part.
see you found a space parrot as well whilst you're out there.
Whoa.
Yarr.
Yar, this is now Pirate Gundams!
It's your hero.
Crossbow.
It's your hero. Crossbones. Oh god.
Sorry.
It's alright. Have they put the bird with you because they were annoying them downstairs?
Yes.
Yeah, well, guess what it's doing to us right now?
Annoying us. I put her next to me so I can shut her up by petting
It's
her.
fine, it's fine. Yeah, he just sort of asks how you're doing.
I'm alright, but I took a couple graze hits.
Okay, well, we'll get medical on you soon. I mean, and he kind of turns around, he looks at a couple of soldiers. One of the soldiers that's kind of sat there with his knees together but his feet spread away in his hands there, he just looks, he's like, "Oh!" And he kind of goes to grab some medical supplies and walk towards you. And Deon kind of turns around to go, "Nova, do I..." And he kind of pauses and just looks at you. How are you doing right now?
She's like sitting kind of bent forward with her hands are like in her bangs a little bit, and one of her feet is tapping.
Yeah. Hey, flashback.
Constantly.
As you're doing that, you kind of get that little moment of back in training when Instructor Barnes did say to you over a setting sun in the colony, "Kid, I don't care where you came from. If you think you can do something to change the world, you do it. No matter what. You got it? And then it kind of fades back to you.
Something like get inside a mobile suit by any chance?
Like maybe jump inside a mobile suit and do something, by all means. You do that too, but hey, when will that ever happen, you know?
She like lifts her head all of a sudden and kind of sniffs and wipes her forearm against her nose, and she like is looking away from the group and then realizes Deon is looking at her and she says, "What?"
I'm sorry. We could have done that better.
This kind of shit happens. It's no big fucking deal.
We'll honor his death, no matter what, okay?
There's like this hardness that she's trying to put up.
Mm-hmm.
But for a second, there's like a soft kind of like weakness in her face, and
Yeah.
she turns away from him and she says, "Yeah."
Okay. After a small period of time, I'm not using my radio right now because Morphbox has been a bit weird. I think it's just because I've got too many things up. He just you hear yourselves kind of moving and clanking and getting to a point where you're above ground. But you guys don't go above ground and then into the ship. It kind of stops and you can hear a bit of chatter over the radio. 1 second. Where is my boy stuff? My boy toys. That
What?
was not the way I wanted to say that. Ignore me. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Yep. You guys are like stopped outside the ship. And to give you guys an idea of where you are.
So, we're like kind of back here, kind of, but not this area exact.
Well, you come back to the ship where the ship was sort of like kind of docked at
Oh,
the
so
time.
the
ship
ship
is
hasn't moved from here.
No,
Okay.
the ship hasn't moved yet at all. No, the ship never moved. You
Okay.
guys went in underground and continued onwards. Yeah. As you guys get out here, you can see the Argama is still down, but everything's kind of getting latched up and moving into the ship for a move, like for the next plan of attack. Say again, sorry, animal. Repeat what?
It's gone forever now.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep going.
Boy toy comment.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We're not talking about what we just said. Yeah. No one talks about that bit. It looks like the Argama is obviously getting ready to move and do something else. Over the intercoms, you just hear. Well, you see one of the pilots inside the Loto just sort of say, "What's the word?" The officials have been secured. We're coming in back to the Argama, and you just hear like over the intercoms like, "Confirm. Get inside as quick as you can. We're moving out into space." And that's kind of like all you kind of hear as you guys are kind of moved in towards track-wise. And then it's just kind of like, boop, 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 and then in the base from there. And I'll put you back up to the hangar. And that can be, oh man, these maps are crazy.
So good.
Is there any way that they'll be able to be scaled down a bit so I don't have to be zoomed out to like 20%?
That's just how Roll20 is, my dude.
Roll20 is weird, yeah. It's the same as like with My Hero. Some of the maps can be big, some of them can be small. I'm going to try and keep these all
Alright.
the same kind of sense. So at least, yeah, when you're on your laptop, it might be a bit of a pain.
You can't. It's fine.
But when you're on your desktop, it's a little bit easier, obviously, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll see what I
know,
can do
it's
either way for you.
Infinitely easier
Yeah.
on the desktop. but-
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, this
Alright,
is the
mate.
only session I'll be on the laptop, so.
And even if you are on the laptop when you're out again, when we're playing it next time, or like any other
I'll have a
times,
mouse.
then it won't be a problem. Then never mind.
Yeah.
You get up onto the ship. The back opens up, and there's a lot of medical people taking all the wounded people out right now.
Hi, that's me.
This includes Frederick Brick Beaumont.
No.
What do you mean brick?
Brick.
Because your head's the same weight as a brick and density of a brick because you are a strong man like a brick.
Bye.
Yeah, and they're taking obviously anyone else that they can. So they're including Ashe. They include Ashe, and it includes Fred. Yeah. And you guys are taken to medical as soon as possible. Did I do a medical? I don't even remember. 1 second. I think I did. Boom.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's go over to medical because it's better.
Oh, hell yeah.
I did do medical. Look at me, my smart little cookie-faced people. Okay, I won't be able to introduce you to the... actually, I might be able to. Hang on a second. Woo-ha! I don't remember what people I did and didn't... I didn't write, because I've been writing loads recently, obviously. Okay, let me just grab your tokens again. 1, 2, 3, 4... Tell me that you love me more. Boom, 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 boom. 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 They're a little bit weirdly shaped. There we go. In a bed you go. In a bed you go.
Sleepy time.
It's sleepy time for the both of you. In fact, I'm going to make you guys a little bit bigger as well because that's not the right sort of size. There we go. That's better. Into a bed you go too, and you too. And you two obviously come with the group.
We need a little cigarette with some smoke on it icon to just put it on his face. It's gonna be crinkly.
Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so all those that can get into the medicals, go into medicals. I don't like this song anymore. It's a bit too sad for what I want.
It's
Dean-
Dr. Barr.
Deon know how to does Deon know how to sing? Deon probably doesn't know how to sing. Why?
He's too shy.
Yo.
Oh dear.
One second.
Mhm.
There's not really much more I can put on for like not sad and kind of there, but we'll do this one because this is a nice song. There we go. It's a little sad, but it works the same. Oh, Lennon, he's blonde, right? I got you. Yeah, he's a Vocaloid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 100%. Yeah. Okay. You guys go into the medical. You're put down into these places with a couple of medical assistants, and you know you're drip fed and everything else is putting you guys ready together to make sure you guys aren't going to die. There's an acute more attention put onto Fred because he is like on the verge of passing out. For Ashe, it's more just disinfecting, stitching, and making sure you're all fine. The actual difference right now is that there's actually a science mechanic there as well to check your arm and your head. Which, if you wanted to put that down as investigation, means that there was always a scientific medical engineer here for people with betas. So that might be something you might want to keep on top of. As for Nova and Deon, when you guys come in, you are looked over. You are made sure, because you know you guys have got scratches and scuffs over you and stuff. Nothing too crazy. You see by the desk, there's 1 second. There is a guy. I'm just giving you guys control again. There's a guy sat there with like a medical lab coaty sort of thing on. He's a black dude with sort of like stubble. His hair's slick back. It's not cornrowed. It's just very, very slick back. It's greying, but it's greying by style, not by age. So he's not too old or anything like that. Yeah. And he's just got sat looking over some of the documents, and there's other people in other beds as well, and it's clear that this isn't the only medical bay. This is just the closest medical bay they could have put you in at the time, yeah?
Gotcha.
He kind of wiggles a finger to you two, and you guys walk over, and he's just sort of looking over his documents. He goes, okay, so it looks like you two seem to be alright. A couple of medical problems here and there, but nothing we can't deal with. As for your two friends over there, though, they might be there a while. We got a reckless one there and a beta, so it makes things a little bit more difficult, as I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah, as long as they're fixed by the end of it, everything's fine.
Oh, no, don't worry. My medical team is... Gone, what? Fixed, yeah. Oh, you want the snip? Okay, someone get these guys' bars off of him.
Oh my god.
Chop, am I right, boys?
Whilst he's knocked out, so he doesn't feel it, and he just wakes up. You wake up with a fucking cone around your neck. The medical guy's like, oh, no, trust me. My medical team has existed for many decades in their line. We'll make sure that they're fine by the end of it, trust me. And you two, are you okay? Obviously, there's no physical signs or anything, but we might need to make sure that there's no, internal bleeding. That's not where blood's always supposed to be.
I'm fine.
Okay, well, and he kind of stands up and leans forward and sort of gives you very generous, like very, very smooth, like gesture of his hand. And he just says, "Well, I'm Dr. Myers. If you need anything more from us, and I'm sure you'll find me and my associate Dr. Evans here if you ever need to."
Myers and Evans.
Right? I'm like in my notes.
What's this? We didn't ask. Yeah, we did. This ship is the Nalagram.
Yeah, let me spell that down for you.
Ni hao.
It might be the other
What,
one.
the ship's name?
Yeah, the nail argama. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a...
Huh?
I said, yeah, that's a fun one.
The nail argama. It's funny considering there's another ship in this show called the Radish, so, could have given you an easier one. But, no.
Nova pushes her hands into the pockets of her. She's changed by now, because they had to probably have taken some of her clothes off to examine
Yes, yeah.
The normal suit, yeah.
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 Take normal suit. The nail
She
argama.
pushes her hands into her pockets of her jumpsuit and she says, "Nice to meet you. If you don't mind, I'd like to be excused."
He kind of takes his hand back and he just sort of nods and goes, "Oh, yes, no, of course, you go right ahead. Absolutely."
I'm gonna go visit Fred.
Okay. Then Deon is going to do the opposite and go and leave.
Wow, get fucked.
So lonely.
I'm so lonely.
Okay, let's have a little bit of roleplay going on then.
No.
I'll start with you two first.
My organs hurt. Alright,
Are you drugged up and just
Yeah.
be like, oh, my organs?
When's tomorrow?
Well, that could have gone better.
She sits on the bench and you say that and she kind of smirks a little bit. She says, "Yeah, could have gone way better."
You guys close?
What, the instructor and me? I mean, I liked giving him shit, and I don't know, I guess I liked him giving me shit. It's the closest I've been to some authority figure, I guess. I feel weird about it.
Never had a dad.
No, I had a dad.
My dad left before I was conceived.
Wasn't around much, was he?
My parents like to work a lot. I don't know. It feels kind of weird talking to you about my parents of all things.
Why? Why? I'm not that old.
Not that. I'm just not one for personal information.
Well, I think we're gonna be stuck with these guys for a little while, so I'd say you're probably stuck with us for a little while.
This sounds really cheesy, but you're really brave. So thanks for jumping in to fight the robot by yourself.
Sure, we'll go with that. With that being on purpose.
If you say it's on purpose, it looks a lot cooler.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll just go with it was on purpose. We'll leave it at that. How about next time I'll stay up in the rafter area and I can watch you get punched in the face.
Grabbed by the face, more like. You have any markings? And she like stands up and comes closer to you and kind of like bends down to push your hair.
Just the scar from earlier.
She'll lean up again and fold her arms behind herself.
Yeah. So, what do you think the plan is next?
I don't know. We're trained to do whatever they tell us to do, so we're new. They'll probably throw us out as fodder for a few days until they figure out we're pretty useful.
Or we die.
I don't really plan on dying.
No, me neither.
I'll
Hey.
get you a drink after this.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. You could tell me what it's like to fly a Gundam.
Yeah, I did that, didn't I?
I imagine it was a little different than our little training suits.
She kind of perks up at this new line of topic, and she says, "You should have seen it. It's so much easier to see things in there. It's so much easier to move. I felt like I was free." And she like twirls around.
Well, let's make sure they don't steal it away from you now, huh?
I mean, if it's mine, now nobody's gonna steal it from me. I have a bit of practice with that kind of thing.
Yeah. We'll make sure some sneaky bugger doesn't get it.
Nova places her finger on the side of her nose and winks, and I have my ways.
Don't go beating someone up now.
Do I look like
No,
the
I
beating
don't.
up type? She flexes and she says, "To be fair, I think most of my skills are with mobile suits."
Ah, I got an ace pilot on my hands.
I mean, if you want to call me that, go ahead.
Well, you're compared to all of us, I'd say you look the most like one now, but maybe it was just the suit doing all the work.
She tosses her hair a bit and she says, "Don't discredit me." She leans back to sit on the bench again. And she says,
Well, you know, I did have to save your butt from a rocket there, didn't I?
and right back at you, I had to save your ass from those guys who were shooting, so
Hey, I managed to take 2 of them down with a training. How many people do you think could say that?
okay. We'll go for now that you're kind of cooler than me.
Yeah, just don't let me inside that Gundam, huh? And he just kind of winks at her.
Yeah, that's my baby.
Don't worry, it looks like we'll have our chances with some new toys soon.
Nova leans back against the wall and crosses her ankles. And I don't know if there's a window. She looks for a window anyway.
There'd be
Seeing
there'd be
them.
one on that. There'd be one on that outside, but it would be looking more into the internals of the ship, so kind of like underslung hangar areas and stuff.
Okay. She looks out there for a little bit and she says,
Hey, we'll get you back in it.
I'm gonna be dreaming about that thing for the next few weeks.
Sounds like some good dreams then.
Better than the ones I usually have.
I hear that.
She gives you a smile and she kind of settles into the chair. And she says, if you don't mind, I'll just sit here for a little while.
That's alright. I was thinking on just resting my eyes a little bit, you know. Not sleeping, just resting.
No, I'm not sleeping. And she kind of gives you a wink and she says, I'll keep watch.
Sounds good.
Like straight away.
Oh, yeah,
Sounds good.
He just kind of leans back and settles into the bed a bit more.
Nice. That was nice shit. I like that shit. That is nice shit.
What the heck is that?
Hello?
Okay, so as they're fixing your arm in the other room,
They've got a Sanders like.
just buffing out your arm after everything
I
that just
got a
happened.
few dents. It's all right.
It's good. We're all good here, man. It's all
I
fine.
have no clue
They
what
got,
that was.
They got like a fucking circle saw, just cutting a piece off.
Oh my god.
That was perfect. Dettet's like, that was nice.
Molly,
Oh my
shut
god, Molly. Okay, Ash, what are you doing?
Are we the only ones in here?
Yeah, you two would be the only ones in here.
Okay, well, once Deon walks in, she kind of looks up from reclining. Hello?
Hey, you doing alright?
As good as I can right now.
Yeah, you look a little bit banged up, but I mean, they're only like paper cuts, surely.
And she kind of looks at her arm. It's bandaged, so I don't know.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's true. I meant more in the idea that, like, you know, does your beta kind of like help you heal faster, or?
I don't know. I imagine it heals anything biotic on me.
So you
Like,
mean
say-
in, like internals and stuff?
Yeah, say like a wire in my arm busts. Maybe it can get around that.
I said, do you normally use a rifle? Was that what you've been trained with, or?
Yeah, that's. Is it yours too?
It wasn't exactly my first choice of weapon, but I've been practicing, teaching myself a little bit recently to see if I can, you know, just add another weapon to my arsenal.
So you're new to it.
Actually, hang on a minute. I'm going to give you, Ash, a
Yes?
rumor. You don't have to use it. Wow, they got you so excited that your grind is just... You don't have to use it today. You don't have to use it in the next 20 minutes. It doesn't matter when you use it, but I'm going to give you a new one now.
So
Hey.
excited she vibrates.
Yeah, right. Brrr.
Bzzz. I'm made of bees.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, Kat, it's going your way now. This might have been something you heard on the ship in the last 20 minutes, 2 hours, 2 days. It's up to you.
Oh. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what was the last thing we said again?
About how your arm...
Sorry.
no, sorry, about the rifle. And he was saying how he's just trying to teach himself how to use a rifle, like a
Right.
long-range rifle, for more equipment he can use in his arsenal.
Okay. So, speaking of weapons, if this is new to you, how many others have you got racked up points on?
What are you talking about?
How well versed are you in everything? You were in Inarch,
I'm still in an
or
arc, yeah.
are in Inarch.
Yeah. I'm in Ark as a pilot, I'm not in Ark as a soldier. This is a little different.
So, sorry, I'm looking at the rumor again.
That's fine. If you want to use it right away, use it right away.
Okay. Okay. Is it true your original mobile suit is locked away?
I wouldn't say it's locked away. I don't use it. Inarch still keeps it. They don't get rid of mobile suits. But it's not like a what would you say? It's not like it's some sort of attachment to me. I just don't like using it anymore. But
What's that?
apparently other people don't like using it either. I don't like using it anymore because it feels dated. Other people don't like using it anymore because it was mine, and not a lot of people in Inarch used to like me back then.
It's is that why people didn't like you back at the training grounds as well?
Let's be honest, I'm not exactly the normalistest of people you've seen, am I? And we're talking about a group of people that goes from the range of the robotic, as he looks at your arm, to the brash and the brave in the other rooms, you know?
Yeah. You're pretty special.
I can take that in many ways.
That's a compliment.
I'll take it as a compliment then. Hey.
How old? What?
No, go on.
No, you.
No, because you're probably going to have a better thing than me.
Oh, I was gonna ask, how old were you when you joined Inarch?
Oh, God. Oh, God. I need to do the maths. Hang on. How long did you say, or how old was I? Sorry.
How old? But if how long works better, then you can.
Ha! 20 years old.
Oh.
I was 20 years old when Inarch actually headhunted me.
Is there any reason for that?
Because of my piloting skill back in the day, yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I went through mobile suit training all the way up to UC 73, and they picked me up from there. I don't know how much of this I can tell you because it is still technically like a, like a government hidden sort of information system. But
Hey, I can keep secrets.
okay, yeah, that's definitely not something I believe.
You can trust me.
I don't know if I can though. That's the thing.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying. Before you go to say anything, you just hear something. Just go, hello, hello.
What?
And just sort of something, just sort of like, just sort of floats through the door.
Oh.
And just sort of flaps over and just goes, hello, hello.
It's not Peter, calm.
Deon just kind of looks at it and looks to you, kind of like, did you?
Is that?
What?
That's not mine.
This is not my heart unit either. I don't have one.
Let me see it. And she kind of like pushes herself into sitting.
Yeah, and he kind of floats over and he's like, hello, hello.
Hello.
Ensign Deon, Cadet LeBlanc.
Yeah. Cadet LeBlanc?
They was like, no, that's not. That's Ashe. He kind of turns around and goes, "Hello, hello, Ensign Deon." It's like, yeah. Private LeBlanc. It's like this LeBlanc. Never mind. Other room. Okay. Just kind of floats off. Floats up to the door here. It's like, hello.
Nova perks up and looks to the Haro and kind of blinks and she says, hello.
Private LeBlanc.
That's me.
This way.
I'm gonna look over at Fred. Okay. I'll go follow.
Okay, as you guys kind of go out the door, the little Haro unit just sort of says, Intel. I can't talk, I'm laughing too hard right now.
It's not fair.
It's the, I decided that this Haro unit has a happy and sad personality for each rotation of the words he uses. Instead of it just being, hello, he's like, hello.
And
he just sort of says, Intel. And
can I lean like as far as I can to look?
give me an act under pressure, because the pressure is the idea of you in pain.
Sneaky.
And sneaky, yeah.
Sneaky and in pain.
Alright.
Yeah, you can lean, but you fall off the bed, but you don't hurt yourself. So you slam onto the ground, and
Oh, my face.
Deon looks over, and the Haro unit looks over and goes, Rest. Okay. I don't need this song anymore. What?
Rest.
It reminds me of the, like, remember when Stewie and Brian go through the different dimensions. They go to the one where they have the two different heads. One's happy and one's sad. Okay. You two are led. I'm not going to move it over to a different thing because we're rolling down to the end of this session now. So you just have an idea of where you are. You guys are walked over to Commander Jendon Corsair. I couldn't remember the name for a second. I had to sing it to remember. Actually, to make it easier, what I'll do is I'll drag you to down here into here, just so it looks like we can actually see what we're doing.
Goodbye.
Haros are actually standard in most Gundam shows, yes. Not all, but most. Typically always in Universal Century, like early UC, and then some alternate universes and stuff as well. Commander Corsair is there, and he has 5 other people behind him as well, all in normal suits and all sort of stood to position. He just looks at you guys and he goes, Privates, well done. That actually didn't go as bad as I thought it could have done. My condolences, though, for Instructor Barnes.
Thank you.
How are the two doing in there? Are they okay, or?
They'll recover.
Okay, well, we'll keep them in there for the time being until we next need them, which won't be long. We're currently making sure that the cargo support ships are ready for evacuation. But we have no idea where that ship went, and knowing full well that mobile suits work with the mothership, we don't know where the mothership is either, and it has to be close by. You understand what I'm saying?
We're gonna be searching for it?
It's either that, or it's going to come back. Not many times that you have it. Why are you so thick? There we go. That's better. No!
I'm thick.
Oh no! Hang on.
Now I'm squat.
There we go. That's better. Hang on. Okay, yeah, you are short. Hang on, sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, there I am.
She's thick. any of those mobile suits that came and attacked us, there's probably at least one mothership out there that brought them over here. There's also the chance... Yeah, alright, Molly. There's also the chance that they did just get on that ship and escape. So, whilst we have the chance to get all those refugees and all the civilians onto a ship that we can get them out of here, that's what we're going to do. Now, I have strict instructions to put you four on the Vanguard. And he kind of says that with a bit of a grunt as he's saying it.
Do I know what that means?
The Vanguard basically means it's the group of mobile suits that go out to attack instead of defend the ship.
Nova gets visibly more excited, but she keeps it cool.
Yeah. While as the pilots that I've been using for many years, and I've known for many years, will be stuck on home guard duty. Now, as he says that, one of the guys behind him just sort of goes, sort of like grunts. If anyone was to like look at him, you just see in the group of kind of like very uniform kind of characters, 3 female, 2 males. The one of the males stands out by the fact that he has a giant mane of hair,
Damn.
and he's quite tanned, tall but not too broad. But he's got like a very, very big mane of hairstyle. Think of like, think of Leon from Pokemon mixed in with the sort of Super Saiyan-y kind of haircut. You know what I'm sort of talking about, because it's the pink-haired guy that I made you do something specific of. Yeah, I won't say anything. I nearly said it, but
It's
I didn't
just
mean
a
to.
lot of poofy hair.
A lot of poofy hair. Nearly in an afro style, but not. And he kind of grunts as he says about being put into home guard. And he says, is there any reason why those 2 wouldn't be able to make it into the Vanguard? Should we leave them in the home guard and put some of my guys in forward? Or do you reckon they'll be okay within the next couple of hours?
Well, Fred's are pretty fucked up, so I'll have to double check with the doctor.
Okay, well, I'll make an executive decision for the time being and put those 2 on home guard and take 2 of the other pilots with me onto Vanguard with you 2 for the time being. Then at least once we get out of the colony's sort of orbit, we'll start shuffling people around again. Alright?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Deon doesn't really say anything, he's just got a nodding his head along with it. Alright, and he kind of turns around and he just sort of goes... Kojiro, Koya, and the bigger, fluffier maned guy, and the sort of shyer kind of girl. She's got kind of short blue hair, quite large, sort of vacant eyes. They both kind of stand to attention, and they're like, and he's like, you 2 will be with me in the Vanguard for now, okay? The male just goes, yes, thank God, I didn't think you were going to do that to me, boss. I thought you were going to do it to me, boss, but you didn't do it to me, boss. So that's, oh, thank God. Can I introduce myself? Yeah, go ahead. He goes, yes, and he kind of walks over to you guys. Still kind of taller than you guys, but only by like a fraction. He looks at you guys and bows down very quickly and shoots his hand forward towards Nova.
Nova takes it with like a sly smile.
What the fuck is that, Messi? Sorry, I just heard you say it.
That's the kind of smile she got.
He takes your hand in his, and he kind of leans up again. He goes, "The name's Dai Kojiro, but you can just call me Dai. I've been working with the captain now for the commander now for quite a while. It'd be great to work with you."
Dai. I hope that's not a premonition for what's to come.
No, it's what I do to other people. Nope, that's a really weird joke. Ignore me. I'm moving back. And he just kind of stands up and takes a couple of steps behind his commander again.
Nova's got like a kind of like a smug but playful smile on her face.
The more timid girl doesn't really take a step forward or anything. Jendon does kind of look at her and look back at the group and sort of shake his head and go, "All right, okay, fine." Plain and simple, you guys have got about 45 minutes until we start setting up and preparing for a defense for the other cargo ships. So you think I got... Is that going to be enough time for you two?
Enough time for me, Deon?
He kind of nods. He goes, "All right, from now on you call me Commander. You don't just call me Jendon or anything else. You got that?"
All right,
Or sir.
Commander.
Or sir, I need some respect in this place, otherwise I'm just going to keep shifting you guys back. We have a lot of civilians on this ship alone, less alone the rest of the cargoes. So just keep your eye out and keep people protected, okay?
You got it, sir.
He can see that you're not enjoying that at all, but he's not going to do anything about it. He just kind of nods his head, turns to the other group, and then just starts walking off again. Deon just kind of sighs and just sort of goes, all right. No, this isn't too bad.
I like the attitude that Dai has, at least.
Yeah, he seems a little bit over the top, but maybe sometimes you need to be in these sort of things, you know. You want to, do you want to break it to them that they're being put on the bench, or?
Yeah, I mean, Ashe will probably take it pretty soft, but do you want to talk to Fred, or should I?
I can talk to Fred, but he seems to be getting, he seems to be talking to you a lot more than he is me at the moment, so maybe it is up to you to do it. Understand that, the Home Guard isn't a bad thing. It's actually just defense. It's protection. It's still a dangerous job.
He was a pretty good shield. Maybe he won't take it as hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to explain how that doesn't work out too well if his head keeps getting grabbed, but I get what you mean.
I'll go tell him.
Alright, fine. I'll see you in about 40 minutes then.
You got it. I'll be doing my stretches.
And you just see the Hards be like, goodbye. Goodbye. He just floats away. And I'm going to end the session there today, because if I was to go any further, it would get into something much longer than I can do in the next half an hour.
Yep.
So that's fine. So we'll call it for that one there. Yeah, it's super fun. I'm enjoying this still.
Good RPU, guys.
Yes, this is getting good and better. I'm enjoying it. Steve, you good
Am I
there?
gonna die?
Are you going to die?
We'll see.
He's like, arms broken, like beaten to a pulp, and they're just like, get in the suit. Just get in the fucking
Yeah, you're in a dangerous time at the moment, yeah. They're going to need as many people out as fodder as they can get, you know?
I'm just, fodder. Oh, use the word.
Yeah, I used the word.
We're privates. Yeah.
But you also have...
Kind of healed up by the time it starts. I don't know.
We're red shirts.
Okay, to let you know now, for now, anyone that is injured or does injured has your injury cuts by half
Nice.
for next session, okay?
I'm at
That's only
3.
So it's always it means if you have anything higher, you always go one down below. So you always go rounding down. So if you have 3, you'd have 1 harm. Yeah.
But I have 4.
Okay.
If you have 4, it means you have 2.
Yeah.
I know, it sucks.
I can't body block when I can only take 1 damage. That's my
Body
thing.
block on a suit. It's okay.
That's my shtick.
Remember,
My shtick is
yes,
to
I know,
body
but
block.
remember, you'll be taking a heck of a lot less harm when you're in a mobile suit.
Oh yeah.
Things will be getting shredded off the mobile suit before you start taking harm. Yeah, that's how it normally goes.
True.
And yeah, this campaign does have a different tone from My Hero and Pokemon, like a massively different one. Even
I love it.
Zach was messaging me today going he really likes watching this because it's just such a different sort of tone to it. So I did
Literally,
say,
people die in every episode so far.
yeah. People just continue to die, which is the craziness of this. But it's Gundam. There's always going to be a lot of deaths of characters that you don't really know or know too much about, but they'll always have a name. After that, people without names start dying and stuff like that, which is nice. And this will be worse and worse as time goes on, because it will get to the points where you will actually start losing people that you've known for many episodes. And that's when it's going to start getting tough for you guys, yeah.
Watch me actually cry this campaign.
Well, to be honest with you, I was watching clips from Iron-Blooded Orphans, and I can't tell you if I'm going to be able to get through that without crying at least a couple of times when we get into Season 2.
This is what I live for. Crying in a campaign, that's what I want. That's what I want.
But yeah, it's looking really good. I'm liking the sort of roleplay we're getting through this. And yeah, we'll do another one this Sunday. No joke, we'll do it.
Fuck yeah.
I'll do another one this Sunday, and then we've got Pokemon next, and then we can do another one.
Yay.
If you're up for it, don't feel like you have to pressure yourself to do it, Messi.
Thank you.
Zach did message me as well, us today as well, to ask if we were doing Pokemon or Gundam today, and I said it's Gundam today, probably Pokemon next Sunday, and he was like, yes, cool, because he's raring to go about it as well after playing loads of Pokemon. So we're game for whatever you want to do. And I will probably be thinking about doing a side story part to this as well with other people once we get to the swing of this show. So then I can add another player count, and it means that we could have like an interaction and a crossovers and stuff as well, which would be quite cool. And the only reason I'm doing this is because the system we use is so easy, but also really fun.
So easy.
It's no bullshit.
I know, right?
It's no bullshit. It's just, did you do it? No. Okay, let's see how fucked up you are.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And you've got all these cool little skills you can do and stuff, yeah, but it's more about the action and the role play than it is the roles. And I think that's really good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So next session, I've already got the map ready for next session. If you would like to see a little snippet.
Yes. Yes.
So a little snippet of the next one is Cracker Boom.
Oh, baby.
Oh boy.
Look at that shrapnel. Hell yeah.
That is a little bit of a snippet for next session. And as you can see,
There's an explosion.
the explosions are just obviously the returns of everything that's happening in the ship right now. Yeah.
Boom.
So there's your cargo ships you're going to have to protect.
Yay. They're gonna be in space. We're gonna be crippled in space.
Yeah, man. This will be your first space battle as well. Yeah, when you think about it, this will be your
Floating
first
around
sort of
like a
floating space battle. Yeah.
Dumbass.
Um.
I'm gonna be zooming.
That's where Messi's gonna be like way the fuck out here, right? Like way down here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like way back here on defense. I'm gonna be like, never again.
Have you
random rocket.
have you guys read your singular extra skills I've given you for your mobile suits as well?
I will do that now.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
At the very bottom of your dossiers for your mobile suits is actually special skills. Now.
Oh yes. Okay. Yes, I read.
Now
My zoom.
the
Zoomies.
the last one, the Type CB, has a skill that you should all have, the transformation, which I accidentally didn't put onto anyone else's. Oh no, I put them onto everything except for Cat's one. Cat, if you read any of the other ones, there's a bit on it that just says transformation. If you just copy that bottom bit and put it into your skills as well, you all have a very specific skill that's used for your specific type of mobile suits. So, for instance, well, for all of you, yeah, Fred, you've got full out attack, so just a bombardment of missiles. Cat, you should have like a super sniper attack, shouldn't you? Which is optional as well. So you can only use it when you have the mega beam launcher or something, isn't it? Yeah, you're in my sights, mega beam launcher only. Take aim and fire at something vital from mid, long, and advanced long range. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
It's called you're in my
sights. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got you
in my sights.
Guess who's Soldier 76?
And then Messi's is like Messi's is just like, get in there as close as you can. Here I come. Yeah, mark a target and boost towards them at an intense speed, which means basically it means that map distance doesn't mean anything for you, Messi, but you can get fucked up really bad. Yeah. So that's a fast mobile suit, and then Civ's one is, it should just be missile barrage. Yeah, letting loose a barrage of missiles instead of targeting a single enemy unit. Yeah, 10 plus means yeah.
It says right in the dossier
that
with the Type CA armor, you get a larger array of micromissiles and beam sabers. So can I buy cannon have 2 beam sabers?
You by cannon would now technically have 4.
Oh,
yeah. So when you lose one, it comes up. Yeah, exactly. So just remember this, Civ. I gave this mobile suit to you before you decided to take that mobile suit's beam saber. You kind of rolled into it yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You kind of did that yourself, which I really, really like. Yeah.
I'm guessing just one of the 4 is going to be Rick's.
Yeah. Which, if you wanted to, you could actually like name it or something. Yeah. I might even give you like your own personal skills for stuff like that as well. Because like I was saying to Messi, but I didn't say really to anyone else, the tornado dossier that I gave her, in the description, it says something along the lines of was first piloted by a pilot called Nova. So what it means is, if we ever played this game and then, say, if we finished this campaign and we did like a 10-year time skip, if someone new, not you guys, or someone else found the tornado and I gave them the dossier, they'd know who the first pilot was. Do you see what I mean?
So, like, if another campaign starts with, like, Zach and them?
Yeah, and they find the tornado.
They find the tornado. Yeah. After, like, we lose it for some reason or another.
They'd know.
It would say it was first piloted. By someone named Nova. Because it
has obviously the data logs of who piloted it and who was on it. It also means that it's kind of the thing where, like, if it was, say, or Zach or Chris or anyone that was playing it, and they found the tornado, they could be like, that was the thing that started the war back in Delta Protocol, and they'll feel like,
back in my day,
it fought against the Citadel back in the day. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So there's like things like that I want to do, and that's why I like these dossiers. I had so much fun making these.
They're so good. They look so good too.
Yeah, they're just like little snippets of information that explain what your thing's like. And also, if you look at all of your rezels as well, of course they're not deltas, they're rezels. Ignore me. Because they're reborn Zeta Gundam types, blah, 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 blah. The CA pack can be removed and replaced by the pilot. Interchangeable armaments typically take 24 hours to configure. Yeah? So,
I got that.
Messi, because you have the option for extra units at the moment, and because there isn't really extra units, you can typically change your backpack into other backpacks whenever you want. Still takes about 12 hours, but it means you have a sniper pack, a commander pack, your pack, and the Type CA pack that Civ has as well. So there's extra armaments that you can use all the time, but it doesn't mean that the other players can't swap out parts as well. So it means if Cat wanted to use the CA pieces that Civ has because Civ was out of commission or Civ had another mobile suit or something like that, it means you could either replace the mobile suit or replace the parts with it. It means you could take away the mobile suit, keep the backpacks, and save more space inside your ship. Because I will limit how many things. I'm limiting how many mobile suits you can put inside the cockpit in the hangar by legitimately how much space is in the hangar on that map. So if we swing over to it...
Well, poor little ground Gundam.
Well, you never know. You never know.
Ground mobile suit gonna go.
If you go back, you can see, no, there's loads of space. Like, it's not crazy empty. It's not crazy full.
Yeah.
But you'll just have to be thinking about, like, where you'll actually have mobile suits and stuff.
I vote we get rid of the tank.
and know full well that obviously this is the top portion of the hangar. There's also an ass hangar and a bottom hangar, but that's where Home Guard and Vanguard are different. Yeah?
I was going to say, did you just call it the ass hangar?
Yeah, the ass hangar. There's a hangar in the ass of this as well. And Luke, I like that you're liking this, and Animal, I like that you're liking this, and everyone that's watching this, I like that you're liking this. It's very much fun to play. I
love the tone so much.
Yeah, it's different to everything we've ever done before. Like, as a group, it's nice to have this kind of seriousness for once. Like, we have serious bits in Pokemon and in My Hero Academia, but it's not always that serious. It's kind of like we can get by with both bits, and I love that. Don't get me wrong, nothing about it. But this is proper Gundam. This is like proper. Oh, shit. Let's keep this death in every episode happening, guys. The intense death in the first 2 episodes, it feels like a real war. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is. That's exactly how it should feel. Yeah, it means
the hell of a first fucking goddamn episode, right? It's like, hey guys, normal guard duty. By the way, you're getting attacked. Go.
And it's that intensity.
Dettet, I have a question for you.
Go for it.
When I mentioned that Deon was technically in charge of us because he was the ranking officer, were you planning on anything like that?
So actually, no. Deon as a character isn't going to try. Huh?
So once in every episode so far, we did something you were.
I was surprised about. Yeah. Deon as an ensign.
That's probably how this is going to go, right?
Yeah. Oh, it should be. Yeah. Deon is an ensign by Inarch, but he's not an ensign by Earth Federation. So he can still be told to do stuff by literally anyone else that's above him in a private to a Federation class. He went from, to give you a small backstory, he went from a cadet to private, and as soon as he went to private, he was headhunted by Inark. Inark took him in, and he went into, obviously, ranks through that and hit ensign. But he's ensign. Inark's weird, and I'll obviously have to explain that more when you get into the story, but Inark kind of like does its own thing against, not with the UNC, the UMP, like the United Nations Pact. They kind of do their own ranking system.
But we're kind of working for Inark now, and that him being an ensign.
Actually,
Inark,
no, you have 2 Inark pilots in the ship right now. I never said anyone else was Inark.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's where it's misplaced. Yeah, no, there's 2 Inark pilots from 2 different branches in your ship right now. Why? You'll have to find out, and you'll have to ask questions. Is there anyone else that's Inark? You'll have to find out and ask questions. You don't even know who your captain's name is yet. You haven't even asked that.
Yeah.
Captain of many less words. He doesn't.
Animal, I
D&D
see you
tradition.
booting up Pokemon.
Cappy.
It's not like the other 2 where the action starts 2 hours in. Yeah, no, this one does kind of go right into it, but that's because this is the first few episodes as well. Once we start settling into it, there'll be episodes when it will be like the mystery will be finding out who stole the meat for the food tonight, and a little bit more lighthearted. But the lightheartedness is there for them to get attached to characters that I can kill, obviously.
Please don't kill my favorite character.
I mean, I'm starting to get an idea of what favourite characters you have already anyway, Messi.
Kill me, please.
Well, I heard the gush when Jorgen Hartz went by, so... The plan all along is to make you laugh. Of course it is. Of course it is. The little side bits when people are trying to, like, they find out that it's someone's birthday and they don't want to celebrate, so they celebrate it for them, and then they find out that the reason they don't celebrate is because they lost their 5-year-old kid who used to celebrate his birthday all the time, and blah, 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 and then he dies the next episode. It's like... It's shit like that that's going to get them. Definitely. That is so fucking Gundam, though. Exactly. It's Gundam. It's the death flag. It's a death flag. It's always what it is. It's people that say stuff in a show that happens before the show starts that gives off a death flag. Everyone knows about it.
Literally, like, that character in the show we were watching when he was like, my brother! And I was like, well, he's dying.
Well, one of them's dying, yeah.
Well, he's dead.
Yeah. Akihiro and his brother, you're just kind of like, well, one of these guys is leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of these will eventually not be here.
Iron-Blooded Orphans, like I was saying to you guys earlier, it will be very hard for me to get through season 2 without at least having a couple of tears in my eyes, because some of the things that happens in season 2 is phenomenally good, like, even in my opinion. And I know Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans isn't classed as a good Gundam, but I love it.
Dude, I love Iron-Blooded Orphans. I think they did such a good job.
That's why I will be doing, with whoever wants to do it, I will want to do a not part of the military, not part of the separatists, a group of pilgrim pirate people side story on this storyline one day. I'd like to do an Iron-Blooded Orphan sort of feel in this, where like you're kind of just you have mobile suits because you stole mobile suits and stuff. So it's more Iron-Blooded Orphan sort of. I'm
just spitballing, but I'm just saying you got at least 3 other players in my hero.
Yeah, no, I know. We got enough players to do that.
And what a session would it be if suddenly we interact with them?
Yeah.
Because we run into their pirate activity. Just saying.
What were you saying, Luke? Sorry, why isn't what? Sorry. Yeah, the interactions we could do would be brilliant. I would also like to do another Federation story, which means that you two could come together near the end of the story and do like against the big bad together.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah.
wait, maybe they're pirates that get contracted to fight the big bad guy.
Yeah.
That would be cool, but it would also be rough to get everyone in the same session at once.
Iron-Blooded Orphans, by at least
True,
Mecha 4chan
true.
standards, is considered to be it's too fluffy for what it is. Like, there's a lot of the whole Ina
Character
Burns,
bonding?
the whole Ina Burns. No, not even that sort of fluff. It's the adding instigation for instigation. It's
Oh, I see.
well, it's not even just 4chan, because I respect a lot of the people that converse about stuff like that on 4chan, in the mecha boards at least. But there'll always be spurgers on there. But what they always say about Iron-Blooded Orphans is, and I kind of agree, is like there's some stories in that don't need to be. There's bits that kind of just happen to portray and push forward their reason to fight, and there is a couple of deaths that you kind of think, well, that's cool, but did it really need to happen? And that, and the actual backstory for Iron-Blooded Orphans is a little bit convoluted. Like the 7 stars and stuff is a little bit much for what it is, but I don't care. I really like Iron-Blooded Orphans, and I always will. I think it's really, really good. But it's not, like I say, like when you're talking about the weird things, like, that guy wants to marry that 7-year-old girl and doesn't talk to her like she's a 7-year-old girl, and talks to her more like she's actually a 25-year-old girl, and sometimes that's kind of weird. But it ain't no Boku no Piku,
A lot of the time.
Proves that he's a villain, though.
Yeah, but then at the same time, which is really, really weird, you've got to remember that actually they're the good guys. Galahorn are the Federation. They're supposed to be the good guys, which is weird. You're following the antagonists more than the protagonists in that. I'm going to do something quickly before you guys leave, just to show something that I can do that's really fun on this now. Look, I can go into here, and I can go, oh, what, all these ground GMs, yeah? Oh, crazy, yeah. Let's put them behind the rezels. There we go. Look at the overlay.
Hey,
So I can do
there's
that.
our boys.
I can do that whenever I want, yeah. So I can just go. If you look at the Twitch overlay.
Oh, okay. I have Twitch. Hang on, I gotta reload.
So I did this. I fixed this all up so it works in the background for me. I put it back so you can see what happens.
And then I mute us as I get an LG Ultra Gear gaming monitor out.
Oh man,
What the fuck?
poggers!
Oh my god, look at this thing. Look at that shit flying. Okay, now I can see it.
Okay, so you see it now, yeah. So you see
Okay,
the ground Gundams on the right, yeah.
Yeah.
If I just press a little button, I can overlay it, and pop.
And now I shall wait until it.
Look how cool it
And I can do that even
That
cooler.
is-
I can do that even cooler. Well, for
That
certain
is pretty pog.
because then I can go.
actually.
Because then I can also go like, and then pop. There you go. Yeah. So I've done them, as you can see. I've done it kind of like decks.
What?
Looking over. Yeah.
Just the tornado.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
So I've done them kind of like decks. So you can see they all look like they're in like a deck sort of thing there.
yeah.
So I can
Yeah,
swip and
that's
swap
pretty
between
cool.
them. Yeah. But now you can see you've all got your rezels there now as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, man, that's cool. Yeah, I can do that whenever I want. I can also do this if I wanted to as well. Let's do it to Fred because it'll be funny.
Oh, I just get all big.
Yeah. So you can change your character sheet sizes and stuff. I put a lot of work into this overlay.
I
It looks
noticed
really good.
I understand why Nova's bigger than the rest of us. Clearly, she's the protag. So,
It's just to make it kind of work around the thing, and because she had the Gundam first, she can be at the top. Yes.
I understand. It's okay. She's
Yeah.
a protag. It's okay, dude. It's all
Well,
right.
I've already got ideas for both you and Ashe, and technically Deon as well. Like, I have ideas. Next session, before we go into like the real fighting, I want you guys to go in and start talking to people. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's get into like some
NPC.
let's get into some
NPCs.
NPC investigations and stuff and see what happens from there.
Yeah.
Yes, I did put a lot of love into this one because I've been wanting to do, like I said before, I wanted to do a Gundam. I've been wanting to do a Gundam D&D for just so long, and using Monster of the Week, which I cannot thank Messi for any more than I already have, and things like G-Generation and Cross-Rays for the templates, and all the people that I've bought all of the templates from online as well to make it look like this. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Morty. Yeah.
I like it. But we will close it off for now because I know some people need to sleep because it's getting late. And
That's me.
yeah, I can hear it. And I need to poop. So, that's always a good way to end these sessions.
I need to shower.
That means she needs to poop, but she just wants to
No,
say
I need
shower. I will see you all guys next Sunday. We'll do it next Sunday. Yeah.
Yay!
Bye, guys. See you later. Bye.
Pog.
Who's gonna die next time?
Me.
There you go. That's the answer.